Previously, on Junior Adventurers League, on an Underdark expedition, our adolescent heroes were tasked to escort a baby mountain goat through the darkened tunnels and terminals. Accompanied by Veldin, the Drow Ranger, and the apple of Valqwyn's eye, they were confronted with and overcame an Ettercap and its spidery minions. Now, with the summer starting to draw to a close, they've been given a unique task. En route to the manor house of one Lady Evectra de Glossanet, the Junior Adventurers League have been hired as exterminators of a very strange sort. The adventure begins on the 71st of Summershine, year 558 of Kairosha's Fourth Age. This is episode 14, Be Our Pest.
Oh, no.
Welcome, everyone, to the next episode of Junior Adventurers League, a D&D 5th edition actual play campaign brought to you by the creators and cast of Experience Points. In Junior Adventurers League, our heroes are students at the Gygaxian School of Future Adventurers, a fantasy boarding school that teaches children everything they need to know about exploring dungeons and slaying dragons. Each week, our adolescent heroes undertake a new and perilous quest, chosen by our audience in a weekly poll that will test their skills, their knowledge, and their teamwork.
If you would like to be more interactive in today's stream, then scroll on down and click on the donation button.
Scroll on down.
The link, not a button. Click on it anyway. You can help our heroes get some heals, have a natural 20, or just make something up if you go higher than the suggested donation amount.
Yeah.
Get creative, guys.
You do some crazy shit. Yeah,
It's
absolutely.
like suddenly they have 4 arms.
All right. So let's go around. Let's do our player name, our character name, and class. And then today's special question. It's a little bit more specific, but when I was a kid, we spent a lot of time thinking about this, so maybe you guys disagree. But what is your character's dream home? Right? Like, where would your character live if they could live anywhere in the world? And again, and remember that they're children, so it can be something completely ridiculous and unrealistic, a cotton candy palace. Yeah. Like, that's totally acceptable. Let's start where we always start, with everyone's favorite prepubescent bard, Jrmi.
Or you could have just left it at everyone's favorite.
Everyone's favorite. No qualifier needed.
That's it. I decided. My name is Kate. In the Experience Points web series, I play Mac/Lady Celeste. And in the Drawl...
Oh, no, it's become a sting!
No, it's not taking up. It's Junior Adventurers League.
Mutiny. I play Jrmi, a 9-year-old halfling bard. And I think that if she could live anywhere, it would be literally in a castle in the sky.
Cool. Classic Cosette situation. Yeah. I gotcha.
Yeah.
Awesome. Who's next?
It is I, Cody Bushee, and I play, well, in XP web series, I play Rael/Greg. Or I guess I should have said Greg/Rael.
Whatever.
Oh,
God.
No one here who's in the chat right now has seen the show, so it's very important that we preface what characters you guys play.
Not to confuse anyone out there. And in hashtag Jrmi, I play Theodûir of House Thamel. You've heard of him. He is a high elf sorcerer, and he's about 13 years old. So his dream home, my goodness, I think it'd have to be like a palace. You know what I mean? Like if there's some like awesome mountainery somewhere, it'd be like overlooking some city. You know what I mean? Like on the side of a mountain overlooking some city kind of a thing. And inside there, I don't know, like I could go into every room if you really want me to, but I don't know if you have
I feel like that's better than whatever I had planned for today. So maybe let's do that. Yeah.
One little room, I'll say. There'd be one room decked out
Yes.
with all his accolades. Like if he had accolades growing up.
Yes.
And also there'd probably be some recording there where he could access his father saying how proud he is of him. Like in every room,
over and over.
That's
That's the doorbell,
like,
right?
yeah.
Yeah.
You've done good, Theodûir.
I'm so proud of you.
But it's obviously like pieced together from other
From
conversations.
different statements. Yeah.
It's the clock, right? Every hour.
Yeah, every hour. That's beautiful.
It says that like how many,
We're so proud of you, Theodûir.
how many times he says proud is what is the time of day, basically.
Right, yeah. Proud of
like
you,
live for
Theodûir.
midnight every day. Just like, it's almost there.
Tremendously insecure character. Tremendously insecure. Okay, let's move on. Who do we have next?
Hey guys, I'm Heather Lore. I play Valqwyn Cruzera here. I play Nadine / Captain Fletch Stonehand in XP. What? Valqwyn is a half-drow fighter. She's 14. Super awesome. And
Her dream home.
dream home would be some sort of magical caravan, like.
Ooh.
Yeah, so it could it's gonna be like a TARDIS sort of feel where it's bigger on the inside, but then it can also change shapes, so they can take it into the Underdark. You can fit through doorways. Yeah,
It
so
floats. You can take it across the sea.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah, magical caravan is definitely her dream home.
That's pretty cool because you got that wanderlust.
Yeah,
I gotcha.
Yeah, and she'll live with Eldon forever.
A reminder to people who did not tune in last week, Valqwyn was the recipient of the merit patch, so she has one free advantage that she can use during this adventure. Yeah. And last but not least, but certainly the smelliest, we have...
Kevin, the smelliest one here.
Kevin is the smelliest person
Kevin
here.
Kevin Bohleber is smelling.
My name is Kevin. By many names, I am known.
Oh, no. And I'm known.
The entire thing. You have to do the whole thing from memory.
I was like, should I just do
now.
it? But then I was like, nah, I won't do it. In the XP web series, I am known by many names, two of which are Zydramenes and Perkins. Mm-hmm. And hashtag JRow, I am...
J-Rawl is definitely the rap name of the group. Hey guys, I'm J-Rawl.
Yo, what's up, J-Rawl in the house? And
nope.
And this little ditty that we're doing here, I play Moss, who is he's a dwarven druid. He is a year younger than Cody's character. What are we?
I'm 13, so you're 12.
Oh, I'm 12.
Yeah.
Whatever.
And then we have our little baby bird over there.
And then his dream home, I think, would probably be on you've seen Howl's Moving Castle, right? So it's just a little hut and some basically a small little area that's nature. So he's got a little forest of trees. He's got a little magical waterfall and his little hut, and he's on the back of a rock elemental, probably.
Ooh.
So it just
cool.
It just slowly crawls and he's just living on it. And he obviously can traverse and talk to this creature and have it go where he needs it to.
Of course, yeah. You guys are buds.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. Well, the reason I asked is that all you guys are going to get those houses today in this adventure. That's how it's going to... No, I'm joking. Don't get your hopes up. What? Of course not.
Oh my God. Look under your seats.
All right, so when we get started... Yes.
And the dream house has a perch for my pterodactyl.
Of course, yes.
Which is
which, by the way, I'd like to raise this question again. I assume that you were going to leave Rocky the pterodactyl in the care of Professor Barkwood as still basically a shrieky creature.
Yeah, Rocky, I think I'm going to have to leave behind again. One of these days, Rocky's coming with us, but...
He'll be big at some point.
I think because the summer's almost over, so maybe next year when you get a chance, you'll be able to... yes, I will get there in 1 second. You'll be able to bring him on adventures. You were going to talk about the patch from last week, yes? Would you like me to bring up? I knew. So last week, our heroes in their Underdark adventure earned one of the 20 patches that they need to basically graduate the Junior Adventures League. They earned the Striker patch, which is a patch you get for dealing 20 or more damage with a single attack or spell. And we don't normally tell or assign who that went to, but it's pretty clear that it was Theodûir with his twin-spelled Scorching Ray, which dealt 41 damage to the spider swarm.
Something like that. It was the apocalypse.
Yeah, actually exterminated that species of spider. That was all of those spiders that existed.
In one spell, he's just
you're done. They're extinct now. But yeah, so if you make a donation this week, oh my gosh, I forgot to send our donor last week their patches. If you donate this week, you'll get a PNG version of the Striker patch from last week. So yeah. I will send out those this week with my sincerest apologies. All right, so as we are starting the adventure, you guys, normally the sort of tradition with Junior Adventurers League, when you guys get started, you're in some very adverse situation. You're climbing a mountain or you're pedaling an aircraft over the ocean. We are actually going to start this week's adventure in a plush, well-appointed carriage, kind of rolling through the countryside. For the first time in your adventuring career, you don't have to start in some horrible... exhausted state.
Well, that's not true.
So you're riding in this carriage. Oh, that's not true. Sometimes, every once in a while. The hidden episode starts at school. Last episode also, I guess, you started just in the school as well. That one didn't have a heinous opening.
But
if you do watch the hidden episode,
so that doesn't count.
We did.
That's true. So you guys are in this
Hello.
plush, well-appointed carriage. It's all dark wood and like nice upholstery. You have been summoned, basically, by a noblewoman who specifically requested the Junior Adventurers League to come and solve this problem for her. It's been maybe a couple of weeks since your last adventure, and the sort of escapade with the mountain goat kind of had diplomatic ripplings where your name got spread around. It was these children who escorted this mountain goat through the dangerous Underdark. So you're kind of starting to build up a name for yourself a little bit, which feels cool.
I have a question about Jrmi. So
yes, of course. I don't know who that is. We've not met that character.
well, he's very cool. You've never met.
Oh, I'm sorry. Do you mean the Junior Adventurers League?
Yeah.
Yes, of course.
Dwarf.
What's
So
your question?
are we the only Junior Adventures League, or there's multiple of us, right?
Yes, there's lots of little cells, and there's probably about a dozen different groups.
Okay, but they
at
actually
various different
requested
levels.
our little
Your group specifically, yes.
Sweet. Okay, cool.
So you guys might want to think of what your adventuring party name will be at some point, because the
Jrmi's
Many Hearts,
Circus.
if you remember, have their own name.
Adventuring Circus.
Jrmi's Adventure Circus is
No.
definitely an option.
We cannot- No.
We're probably discussing this in
It's
the
not going to
carriage.
be Theodûir's, all right? It's just no.
Absolutely. That's perfect. So you guys have been requested by this noblewoman, Lady Evectra de Glossonay, or Lady Evectra is fine. And she is a sort of local noble, sort of near the area where the school is. And she requested you guys specifically, and you are currently being accompanied by Professor Tandvar the Green. Now, Tandvar is a wizard. He was a human wizard. But the last time you met him, he had been murdered by his imp that he had summoned.
Oh, that's
this was the adventure in the tower, yes. So Tandvar has not actually been resurrected. He's been a little too busy. You were not there this time, Theodûir, so you have maybe not in the game encountered him. You certainly would know of him in the school, as he's one of the arcane professors.
Oh, okay.
But Tandvar is now a ghost and is basically has been teaching his classes this year as a ghost. He keeps saying that he's going to get resurrected when he gets a moment, but he just seems to have been too busy for the past year to get resurrected. So he's still capable of teaching his classes as a ghost, but it's sometimes a little disconcerting because he'll like float through walls and do ghost stuff. So he's kind of like having to keep up with the carriage. He's inside the carriage, but since he can't sit or anything, he has to like fly along with you guys as you're going. It's a little bit awkward, yeah.
That's funny.
In addition, you guys were also, there was some attempt made when you were at the school, this morning when you left, to dress you a little bit nicer because you're going to go see this noblewoman. So I don't know how well that went or what you guys are dressed like. It's up to you if you want to embellish. Otherwise, you could have just said absolutely not. But you do know you're going to go see a noble, and they kind of thought, like, maybe we should represent the school well and, like, dress you guys up. So it's up to you as to how much you embrace that. But I love the idea that you're discussing the name. And let's maybe get a little bit of RP before we jump in. So how's the conversation going in the cat?
Okay, Theodûir, it's not going to be Theodûir's, like, group. We can't.
Theodûir, my name is the most reputable here.
Yeah,
Right?
but see, everyone
has
knows
heard
you
of
by
my
your
family's name.
not by our name.
If we want to brand ourselves properly, we should be using a name that has some weight in
Oh, wait. What about the dragons?
the dragons.
No, see, I think
The
someone
pink
last
dragons.
year did that.
The pink dragons.
The pink
No one's the
dragons.
pink dragons. That's true.
I like the pink dragons.
What about like, goats?
No.
Because we got our name from the goat.
Yeah, no.
I like the idea that the group's name is Goats. Like UHH, comma, Goats. Goats.
I feel like it should be something strong and
Goats are
about-
strong.
powerful.
What about
Have you ever ridden a goat?
what about the
Little too-
Deceptors?
What about
Because
the
we
pink
are-
goats?
We are merely children, but
How about the goaty
we are
dragons?
deceivingly powerful.
Yeah,
I vote pink
goat
goats.
dragons. How about the goat dragons?
The pink dragon goats.
All
Theodûir's
good.
Deceptor.
All very
Theodûir's pink dragon goats.
I feel like we should put some more thought into this, guys. It's just.
I don't
it's
think
a
we need
decision
to.
that
I think
shouldn't
that's a
be made
perfectly
that
good
quickly.
name.
We should definitely
Professor
get
Tandvar has
Glitch's
like
input,
a
too.
ledger, his like tablet. He's like writing them all down. These are all excellent suggestions. We have the pink dragon goats, goats, the Decepticors, I believe was one of them. Many suggestions, all valid. We're not here to say that one suggestion is more or less valid than another.
The goats is probably the best part of the suggestion. So
Does it have to be different from the other, like, last year's groups. It probably has to be different, huh?
Does this change? Can we change this? Because I don't want to.
Well, this is all entirely up to you when you become your own adventuring party. You may be known as the whatevers while you're here, but
whatevers. What about the whatevers?
The whatevers.
The whatevers.
Whatevers.
What does it mean? What if we each pick a word and then we make a title out of it?
I like that.
That would go.
Let's open up the monster manual to a random page and point to a random word on a random page and figure out.
It's not random if Theodûir's got it. He knows all the pages by heart.
No, I don't.
I don't read that thing. I'll do it.
I used to have one, but it's gone now.
I know.
I saw it before it went. It's a good thing.
You could use my book. I got a lot of notes in it, and then you might point to a word you don't know that's in there.
What if Bezoar?
Hey, during this time, Moss is probably like tugging on his parents probably like wrote him that they heard. So he's like in his like family nice stuff, but it's like he's just like the whole time just like
squirming. Yeah. It's getting all sweat stained in the pits.
Yeah, it's just like already it's like parts of it is got like moth eaten like somehow.
Right.
Just
Yeah.
like
How
eaten away. I imagine that like Theodûir had too many nice clothes on. Like they actually had to take some. He was already too like.
Yeah, you were like a tux. Like you could probably.
You would have done it.
It's business casual, not black tie.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
That's wonderful.
Bezors is not a magic
Bezors.
word. We cannot call ourselves.
We don't have to.
I'll write it
it's just a good
down.
word.
Bezors.
That doesn't make.
I think that's the winner.
Pink
What's important, Master Theodûir, is that the group decides. If the group is excited about a name, remember, party above all.
How
That's
about
all
the
that really
Deathly
matters.
Bezorgs?
The death.
What about
Bezors.
pink goat Bezors?
Yeah, pink is in there.
How about pink dragon?
Interesting fact, goats actually do have bezels. Because the hair, it's like a hairball. So it's anatomically correct.
Ooh.
I mean, fair enough.
Well, goat
I believe we're
Bezors
here.
just sound like poop.
You see the professor kind of points out the window. Oh, we've arrived. You guys can turn and look out the window, and I have some lovely box text that I'm going to read for you guys.
Wait, I want to get
This-
to what is Jrmi wearing anything?
Oh yeah,
Special?
if you guys want to describe what you look at,
I'm
look
probably
like, go for
wearing
it.
everything fancy I own, which is like like 3 dresses for sure, and like a couple hats, some gloves.
And they don't
heels
match. They don't
somehow,
match, right? It's just chaos.
That
Yeah.
don't fit me. Everything fancy that I own, and like
Gotcha.
whatever, a bunch of marbles somewhere.
Awesome. My chainmail is
Marbles.
super shiny, and I got like a black coat of paint around it, and I feel like I have my like some emblem on there, like the school's emblem, just like on
Yeah,
this plate.
absolutely.
Yeah.
The crossed arrows. Cool. All right. You guys can peer out the window, and you can see a stately manor house with tall turrets and ample verandas stands at the crest of a sloping hill. Its wide and well-manicured grounds are surrounded by a wrought iron fence, broken only by a gate, which currently is yawned slightly open. The scene would look positively idyllic were it not for the obvious chaos occurring inside the distant manor. Great thumps and impacts catch your ear all the way out here on the approaching lane. The ruckus is broken by the occasional scream, shattering glass, and the constant undertone of what sounds like a harpsichord playing a maniacal tune. As you approach the main gate, your eye spot a calligraphied sign reading, "Adventurers wanted, inquire within." So yeah, you guys kind of go rolling up, and the carriage driver will like turn the carriage inside, and you're headed down this like well manicured lane. You can see up ahead the mansion is getting bigger and bigger, and these sounds get louder and louder. It's just like boom, big impacts and like all kinds of crazy crashing and things falling down the stairs. Like it's pandemonium in there. It's funny, they were actually doing some work on my apartment, and I kind of hoped they would keep doing it into the afternoon because you could hear all kinds of crazy sound, and I was like, well, it would actually be appropriate. But eventually the carriage will come to a stop, and the doors will open. Before they can open, the professor will just like, well, here we are, and just float through the walls of the carriage, right, because he's a ghost. But then the carriage doors will open, and you guys can kind of step out onto the promenade. Anything you want to do?
I'll probably trip.
In
Cool.
all your dresses.
I cannot move very well.
And go tumbling down onto the
Right.
onto the
Something
cobblestones.
I'm really sad about.
There.
Aw.
Okay.
Fancy clothes.
So as you emerge, you see that there's somebody kind of already waiting for you, and they come down the promenade towards you. More box text. Look at this. A disheveled-looking man comes stumbling down the mansion's main promenade to greet you, dressed in sort of torn servant's livery. He's middle-aged, wears a wig and powder, kind of like an 18th century French thing, but he looks positively a wreck. Most notably, as he descends the stairs towards you, he seems to be dogged by what looks like a floating bellows. Those like bellows you use like at a fireplace where it's like the puff, but it's floating behind him, and it seems to constantly be like puffing air at him in an attempt to knock his wig off of his head. So like it's blowing constantly at his wig, and he's sort of like fixing it, like trying his best to ignore that this thing is behind him, but it's like currently like trying angrily to blow his wig off. And so he comes down the stairs like trying to look all fastidious. The man is clearly a butler of some kind. He does level best to ignore the thing as he greets you. Yes, yes, hello. You're the Junior Adventurers League. Is that right?
Yep.
We're the Pink Goat Resorts.
Not quite.
Our name is to be
TBD.
decided.
Yes, of course. You see him kind of like angrily flap at it, and it will like puff just slightly out of his reach. I am the head of this household. My name is Xavier, and I am here to represent Lady Vectra de Glossenay's interests in this matter. She has retained your services because we have something of a pest problem.
I can see that.
Yes. Well, I would offer you some tea, but kettles ran off. So, basically, we have a problem on the second story of our manor. All of the items and objects that were once very helpfully enchanted have now gone rogue and are running amok, causing destruction and chaos. Most of the servants have been evacuated. It's just me and a few maids at this point. Lady Vectra wishes she could be here. Cannot, obviously, because of the problem. And he's like waving at this thing. But if you could go upstairs and deal with this problem for us, we would be most appreciative.
Okay.
Can I do it?
Sure.
Can I do an Arcana?
So, yeah, go for it. I did that thing again, Kate, where I made an extremely breathless NPC. Now I'm busy.
It's your own fault, man.
It is my
I
fault.
see no problem with it. He's very passionate.
I got a 13.
What are you trying to figure out?
What's going on with the thing that's blowing his wig off?
So it's enchanted. There's a pretty common spell called animate objects that lets you temporarily turn inanimate objects into, basically animate servants or weapons or whatever. I mean, literally think of Fantasia, right, with the mops and buckets. It's basically that exact situation. It's not uncommon for wealthy families to enchant a bunch of their household items to do chores for them because they don't have to pay them. They're not servants, right? But as to why it's trying to blow his wig off or what its deal is, this bellows, which normally be used on a fireplace to like stoke coals, you have no idea. It just seems very angry and like aggressively like trying to blow his wig off of his head. He's just trying to deal with it. What do you guys do?
I want to head into the manor.
Okay.
Yeah.
The professor will. There's one more thing that may be of use to you. He's kind of looking at your packs. Oh, I forget whose bag I put it in. There should be something useful in one of your bags. You wouldn't mind taking a peek. Sorry, they were all just sitting there by the carriage, and I just put them in the nearest one.
Was it dirty?
Moss would probably look at his and it's like, for some reason, like wet. There's just gross stuff.
There's like a gross stain in one corner of it. Like, what is that? Yeah.
It's like, was it mine?
I was just like, God, I hope not.
Well, I don't feel anything, so I wouldn't be able to tell you if it was wet or not. Just search your bag.
Oh, okay.
That's... All right.
Moss searches his bag.
Cool. Yeah, you can go through. All your stuff is in there. Shells, frogs, everything you expected. It's not in yours, Valqwyn. It's not in Jrmi's, but there is something unusual in Theodûir's bag. You find kind of like scattered among your things, almost as though someone set it just on top, like open the flap and put something in your bag. There is a wand. It's about this big, and it is sort of black and chased with like a gold design all the way down. Yeah, and it's a wand of some kind.
Interesting.
Yes, that. Yeah, go for it.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, go for it. You're good. Make
I
a
was
check.
going to just do an Arcana check on it.
Yeah, perfect.
Try to identify it. 8.
Yeah, no, not sure. It's reasonably powerful magic, though. It's like, yeah, pretty cool. That
Let's
is
try an Arcana. Let's see.
Yes, anyone else who wants to, go for it.
8.
Nat 20!
Beautiful.
Moss will pull out his wand and be like, "Oh, nice wand. That's a wand of."
It is a wand of dispel magic.
Oh.
So basically, you can point it and get rid of any kind of enchantment that might be on an individual item.
So Moss will probably dig through. He'll pull out his spider stick, be like, "Oh, keep that thing away from mine, okay? Don't want no unenchantments going on here."
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
This is
So I was only able to procure one of these wands, pink goat beast. Oh, Junior Adventurers League. I forgot what we were calling
There
it.
you go.
And since all four of you technically are spell casters and have taken at least one class with me, you should all be able to use the wand. The question is just who's going to be the one who carries it around. I think it's important for all of you to get some practice with it at some point. Wand technique is sadly neglected in most of our modern educational facilities. But if you use this wand, it should be able to help you to disenchant some of these items, because I believe, and he makes a gesture towards the butler, if we could avoid damaging all of the Lady Vectra's lovely things and possessions that have been enchanted, that would be most preferable, as they are rather expensive, and some of them are heirlooms to our family. If you understand me. He waves the thing away again.
I mean, we'll try.
Yeah.
Can I shoot it at the... I forgot, what is...
The bellows.
It's a bellows,
Yeah.
so those little fireplace things that you
Oh, sure,
puff.
for sure. Can
Yeah,
I
yeah.
shoot it at the bellows?
Yeah, sure. Okay, so it's going to make a con save. So you can kind of point it, and it blasts the thing, and it kind of seems to shake it off and keeps puffing. Oh, delightfully resilient. Try it again. I'm actually going to have you guys roll these. These are a little bit more fun. Technically, the item makes a Constitution save, but I want you guys to roll the check for me. So go ahead and make another roll there, Theodûir.
Oh.
Constitution.
Not your Constitution, just roll it and
Should
tell
I
me
tell you what I
you get.
rolled? I rolled a 17.
Okay, yeah, instantly. So you kind of had a weird wrist movement. Made the professor is basically gives you the Ut Wingardium Leviosa, right? Thing. You can try it again.
I know how to say it.
You can try it again, and it there's a little kind of golden beam that shoots out from the wand. It hits the bellows, and it clank, 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 clanks to the
Nice.
cobblestones. Goes inanimate.
Very cool.
Awesome.
The butler is like, "Thank you so much. I cannot tell you how much of a problem that thing has been for me for the past week and a half. It will not leave me alone. When I sleep, it puffs me in the face. You have no idea." He seems very suddenly "You just take that and go to the second floor. That's where all the just.
What do we get for our services?
Oh boy.
Oh, well, the lady has agreed to compensate the school very handsomely for your services, most of which will be...
The school,
Well-
yes, but
Will the school be
you see,
compensating
we are
us?
at risk.
So you guys know that the way this works is that you get a cut of whatever reward you're given for your various adventures. So you have basically a big nest egg that's been accumulating over the course of the adventures that when you
fund.
graduate, it
Yeah.
gets paid out.
Oh, that's
So
I'll
the
get
school
first
does
and you
take
eat first.
a pretty big cut. It is a 50-50%
It's a
split.
little questionable.
Yeah, a little bit, kind of like a college basketball sort of thing.
Yeah.
That doesn't seem right.
Seems like
Um,
a lot of people earn a lot of money that don't do any
Are
work at all.
benefiting from this free labor.
Yeah.
But there are some things trying to think of an example of testing the apparatus, which did you get paid for that? Is that you still did it? It was still very dangerous, but
Yeah.
whoa,
Yeah.
what's the benefit for you?
Because it was very low-key.
Sketchy.
So
Yeah.
Theodûir would know that, so he probably wouldn't.
Yeah, you would
go
know.
into
Mhm.
negotiate
You might inquire
tactics.
how much you're getting compensated for, or something like that, right? Because you know that it would go to you eventually. But.
Oh, do you have any cookies?
Yes, we demand cookies.
Yeah. I want cookies.
I want to go to the second floor. I just go right in.
We
will not
demand
continue unless we have
cookies.
more cookies.
Not at all.
Well,
want a break check.
the kitchens are actually on the second floor, and that's primarily where food would be made.
Let's go
We
get
have not
those
been able
things to make us cookies.
Let's go.
to get there. Okay, well, that is your prerogative, I suppose. Please, if you need anything, I'll be down here on the first floor where it's safe. Good luck, Junior Adventurers League.
Woo, let's go.
He'll sort of usher you inside. Awesome.
On the way by, a boss will tell him, "Well, look out for that family heirloom," just pointing at the bellows.
Oh yeah, all right. Step around it. So I will need marching order from you
Yeah.
guys.
What's up?
Marching.
Marching order.
First.
Put Val in the front. Who's after Val?
I'll go second.
Theo. Who's after Theo?
Is it me?
It's you.
It's up to you.
It's me.
Moss.
She has 3 dresses she's wearing, so she gotta like.
Don't take
You're
me.
kind of lagging behind.
Yep.
So you guys can head up into the manor and then sort of be escorted to the stairs up to the second level, which is predominantly where most of these things are. So you're kind of going up this like big Baroque, like curving Beauty and the Beast style staircase. Everything in here has this very like dark wood, sort of Baroque, fancy vibe. Lots of like gold leaf and fancy, upholstery. It's a very, very nice establishment, but you can tell that it's kind of in a state of like pandemonium. Like a lot of the chairs and stuff are knocked over. There's broken vases everywhere. Like they've tried to clean it up, but like it's just chaos. You're going up these stairs, and the professor is kind of lingering behind you. One more thing before we progress any further. Normally, if I were of a corporeal form, I would be able to assist you in a more tactile fashion. But as it stands, given my current incorporeal state, there's very little I can do save to advise you. However, if any of you should wish my more direct involvement, I can help you, but cannot do so without your consent. I could possess one of you, if you wish, and give you some skills. I promise, obviously, not to overstep my bounds, but you would have a little more faculty in certain areas, if that is something you wish.
Cool.
Up to you.
Oh my god.
Entirely up to you.
Wait,
No.
so we would be more powerful.
Can I fly if you possess me?
Well, no. You would have access to basically my mental faculties.
You could steal
rather
his
than my
memories.
physical ones.
I will take it.
Well,
Wow, you're volunteering already.
Are you
Like,
certain?
in, like the thick of it.
What?
are you certain?
Well, wait. Do we?
Well,
not-
if you're certain, and he just like flies towards you, and you see the professor just like disappear into Theodûir's body. It's a supremely uncomfortable sensation, Theodûir. You can feel this like cold shuddering all through you, and you guys can see his eyes kind of go bright blue for a second as this happens, and then they kind of return to normal. Most of the time, Theo, you can't tell, but every once in a while he'll kind of like like clear his throat or do something. You realize like, oh, there's somebody in my head, and it's very, very weird. So while you have the professor, while you are being possessed by the professor, you are technically dominated, and he can take control of your body at any point that he wishes. He's not currently doing so, but you have advantage on any intelligence-based skill roll that you make.
Nice.
So that's wisdom, or not wisdom. That's wisdom, charisma. No, absolutely not. That's Arcana, history, nature, religion. I think are the 4.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he'll basically advise you, and you have suddenly access to his vast knowledge. If you start to think about the way magic works, you're thinking through his thoughts and his knowledge as well. You can kind of feel,
Years.
so like your brain open up and you realize all these things you know. Yeah.
Damn.
Are you stealing his memories?
I don't think he can.
Can you delete the one where I messed up his bed? Because I'm sorry about that one.
If you try to think about his, you can basically go back through his memories, and like you remember riding in the carriage on the way here and writing them down. You realize he didn't write down any of those names.
He was like
Like he
doodling.
claims to be doing it, but you can see the thing and it's blank. He's just like like moving the quill back and forth. None of the names are down. Not even the Decepticors or whatever your dumb name was.
Can I try to change his memory?
You can't change it. No, I mean, I guess give me an intelligence check, but
just
I
did
wouldn't
it
give you
with
advantage
the
on this
I
to
can't-
change
do I get
his own
advantage
memories.
on this intelligence check?
Try it. A regular intelligence check, yeah.
I get advantage?
No.
No, you don't get advantage. Not to
He's not,
rewrite
he's
his
not
own
helping
memories.
you rewrite his past.
Does he know what I'm doing?
We'll see.
Uh,
We'll find
Probably.
out.
Ooh.
Oh.
Maybe not.
A saving or just
Just a check. A straight check.
Uh,
So whatever your
18.
modifier is.
18?
What was the total? Okay. Yes. What change would you like to make?
I want to change that he wrote down Theodûir's Decepticors and circled it.
Okay, yeah. It's a little painstaking, and you're not 100% sure if he realizes it when you basically rewrite the memory so that way it says Theodûir's Decepticors with an emphatic couple of
sorry.
circles around it.
Theodûir's Deceptors. That's
Deceptors. Gotcha.
Deceptors.
He's probably in the middle of changing the memory. He goes, "Oh shit!" And we go
Oh, I gotta go back. Theodûir's Deceptors. I'm writing it down. It's canon now. Okay.
Circle.
He doesn't seem to notice.
Great.
He's like, maybe explain to you, like, you can access all of my memories or all of my knowledge. Anything that you wish to access is here. And he's like talking about how these limitless powers you have. And you're like,
The whole time he's like doing this little
Really?
mind game, I'm sitting there just like,
You're putting
Dwyer?
so much trust in me, Professor.
Dwyer. You alright?
Just standing and staring.
Ah,
Rolling.
Yeah.
what?
Yeah.
Here I am.
Let's go mess
Yeah.
with these things.
Is
These
that-
heirlooms.
Yeah, let's do that.
Yes, let us go. We have much.
okay,
to
cool.
Uh-huh.
All right, so you guys can head. There are 5 different chambers that you need to check out, basically, and clear of magical items. There's the bath chamber, the den, the kitchen, the dining room, and the library. Which one of those chambers would you guys like to head to first?
Bath chamber.
Kitchen.
How about the kitchen? I thought we want.
Kitchen is where the cookies would be,
That is
presumably.
true.
If there are cookies.
God, you guys and your cookies. All right, all right.
Kitchen it is? Okay, cool. So you guys can head down to the kitchen. Let me see. So as you are heading to the kitchen...
Is it like close to us though, or are we like just like?
Yeah, basically, there's like a big veranda that goes all the way around, so you can kind of get to any of the different areas.
Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
we can say you went maybe up the other staircase if you're going to the kitchen. That's fine. The way this manor is designed, there's not a lot of difference between the
Great.
spots. Okay, cool. So you guys can head up and approach this chamber. Let me read this awesome box text for you, which you can get if you're a patron. All right. So as you approach, there is a tremendous clamor coming from the kitchens as you approach them. The chamber is long and rectangular, lined with wooden counters. All around the room, animated spoons bang angrily on hanging pots like misbehaving children. As soon as you enter, the rest of the room reacts violently. A massive iron cauldron lifts from its hooks and comes flying towards you. 2 huge paddles meant to retrieve bread from the brick oven swing in your direction like halberds. Jars and jars of spices go flying from a nearby rack and start to circle around your heads. Initiative, please.
Oh.
Oh.
Yeah.
17.
17,
15.
15. What is your dexterity modifier, Theo?
3.
Okay, cool. Moss, how'd you do?
10.
10. And Jrmi?
5.
5. Okay.
She is
All right,
back,
so-
so.
Val's going to go first, and then Theo. And then the kitchen. Spices. And then Moss.
Do we still
And
have
then-
one heal from last week's donation?
No, we used it for
on the
Val
goat.
after she got poisoned. Yeah.
That's right.
One of them got used on the goat because there were 2 heals. One of them got used on the goat, and then we had the other one be
That's
to
right,
Val
it's
as she was
super
getting her
weird
poison sucked out.
neck sucking.
Oh,
So-
yeah, the neck suck.
Oh.
The
I don't know,
weird
it's
neck
weird.
sucking.
Oh, Belden.
I blocked
All night long. Oh, wait, hold on.
Okay,
it.
panel.
I like the idea that Theodûir thinks of that neck sucking thing, and then the professor like sees it and is like,
Oh my god.
yeah, I hear him commenting.
She's like, what?
Belden gets like reprimanded, like yeah.
I like the idea. It's just like you have access to limitless knowledge and power in the Arcana. It's like, and you have access to puberty.
Yeah.
She's like, this again.
You have access to like Theodûir's damaged emotional state.
Yeah.
Okay, Valqwyn, it is your turn. You go first. You see the cauldron is flying towards you. There's spices circling around your head, and these 2 massive paddles coming swinging in. Yeah, you know what I mean when I say like those. You know, these are like a pizza place.
like
Yeah, it's like those. They're
things,
huge
yeah.
pole arms. What do you want to do?
Jeez Louise.
I want to go for the wooden paddles. I want to try and cut them in half.
Okay, cool. Yeah. Weapons out. Go for it.
Are they close enough to each other that I could attack both?
Yeah, you can move like into a spot right between them and go for it.
Yeah, I'm gonna. All right, first attack is a 21.
Yep.
Second is 22.
Nice. Very good. You
first-
slide in there like a
Yeah,
badass.
like a little on the knees, just like bah.
Yeah.
First one's with my Kopesh. Max damage. That's 12.
Nice.
Oof. God.
Second's with my scimitar. 5.
Okay. So you manage to cut through the first one. You cut it straight in half, and like the second half of it falls off, but the paddle is still swinging. You only manage to like kind of chop into the other one. But they're both like kind of hovering around you, like they're going to attack you on their turn. Okay, you moved, you attacked. Theo, it is your turn. You are also the one still holding the dispel magic wand.
Yes.
Please
Can
be
I do
careful,
a
immediately attack stuff?
immediately destroys
Oh, you
them?
knew I was
Destroys
going
them.
to.
Yeah.
Can
I,
I,
knew.
do
Yeah,
some
I didn't
kind
pay
of
attention to that part.
intelligence check to see if I can identify what would be like determined valuable, like something we wouldn't want to.
Oh, yeah, you can do that without rolling it. The cauldron is probably pretty fancy. The one that's flying towards you, because it's huge. Like you could easily fit 2 or 3 of you guys inside this thing. That's how big it is. The spices are in these very nice like jars, so that might not be great if you go like smashing those jars. The paddles, honestly, of the things that are attacking you are the things that are like less valuable. I mean, they're still valuable, and probably they're going to be mad if you break them. But yeah.
Okay. And
There's also all the wooden spoons, but they're not a threat to you. They're just making a lot of noise.
cool.
Right.
So then with the wand itself, is that like a level 1 attack or?
It's basically just your action. You spend an action, you point it, and then the thing has to make a saving
So
throw.
I guess what I'm trying to ask is if I wanted to use Twin Spell with this wand, would I be able to cast it twice?
That does not work. So the wand has charges. As an action, you can expend 1 charge to do this thing. Yep.
I see.
Yeah, you can't twin spell from it, unfortunately.
Got you. Okay.
Yeah.
I will point it at the cauldron, and I will try
Okay.
to shoot the cauldron.
Awesome. Roll me just a d20, and I'll tell you if it works or not.
Straight D20, 9.
Yep. 9. Okay, so you blast it, and it gets like absorbed by the. Oh, that was a loud clap. It gets absorbed by the cauldron, and it just keeps flying. It doesn't seem to care. It seems like it made it save. Kind of like shakes it off. Yeah.
No.
Awesome. Again, you get another inside your head, like no, wrist then elbow. From,
I know the spell, Professor.
right. Leave me alone. Okay. Do you want to
resurrect
move?
yourself.
You're still kind of standing in the doorway.
Such a good bird. Go resurrect yourself.
Go resurrect yourself.
Go back to one.
So you're still standing in the doorway, Theo, and the other people are behind you. Do you want to move into the room so they can come in easier? Or what do you want to do?
Yes, I do. Yeah.
Okay, cool. I mean, they can pass through your square. It's not like they can't come in. It's just like, where do you want to stand?
They're
I
both
do
smaller, so they can
kind of
just,
like that
scurry in.
Theo's maybe panicking a little bit because this huge cauldron is flying at him.
Yeah,
so maybe
flying
he is
at him.
kind of just standing in the way, like not knowing.
Okay.
Like,
Yeah.
oh,
Perfect. That's great. All right. So the spices come kind of floating around your guys' heads. They're going to concentrate right now on Val because you kind of like swarmed in. So a bunch of these jars are floating around. Can I get a Constitution save from you?
Yes,
They start to basically upend themselves and pour spices all over you.
It's 15.
15. Okay, so you're kind of like, oh god, it's in your face, but you manage to keep your composure. Yeah, where you're still able to fight, but you're just kind of like oregano and like pepper and like shit all up in your face. Like, ah, god, stop it. But you're fine. You can hold your composure. Okay, Moss, it is your turn.
I think Moss is gonna pull out his spider wand
Yeah.
and targeting the biggest group that he can, just whomp,
Okay.
web up.
I would say you could do both of the 2 paddles, but you would also get Val in there, or you could do the cauldron. Also, the spices are around Val as well. So if you go for the spices, you would get Val too. So Val's kind of in the middle of it.
I'm in the middle of the chaos, like usual.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I think the cauldron's probably our biggest threat right now, right?
Cool. Yes. So it's a DC 15, I believe, is like a reflex save.
Yes.
Okay. Or a dexterity save, excuse me, reflex. 3rd edition. My roots are showing. Oh no! It rolls a natural 1. So you point it. What does this look like? It basically gets restrained.
Moss
Do you want to bring it to the
probably-
ground, to the wall? What do you think?
Yeah, Moss probably just like classic Spider-Man. He probably just like reaches back behind him out his little stick and his like literally looks like just a spider stick. People are just
Yeah.
like, why? In his bag it looks perfectly normal. So he just
Right.
like brings it out and then just like whips it across and just slings the spell and while the cauldron's coming out, it just goes and probably brashes it to the wall.
Cool. It like cracks all the brick and mortar because it hits so hard, right? And like little bits of dust fall off, but it is like plastered. You see like trying to get out.
Moss
Awesome.
is like he slings it over, it cracks the brick and mortar. He's like,
Oh,
I smashed the place up.
Yeah, you're realizing you can just
It's like
smash
a
the place up.
He's like, he kind of like, oh, that's not good, but I kind of love it.
Yeah, right. You're not supposed to, but it's the best. These 2 paddles are going to come try to whack you. Val, that's a 16.
Nope.
Nope. Oh, and a miss. Yeah, so you're deflecting them with your buckler and dodging out of the way, and they're chopping at you. Cool.
2 slash.
Jrmi, is your turn.
I would like to try either a performance or a persuasion check to kind of trash in the camp style, start a song, and see if I can get the kitchen to cooperate with me instead of fighting
Okay.
us. You know what I mean?
Sure. So are you trying to make a persuasion or performance? Which one?
I didn't know which one made more sense. Like, if the spoons are banging on stuff, maybe I'd, like, start, like...
Be our guest, be our guest.
Okay, so if you that's my question. Do you want to try to make the best song you can, or do you want to try to persuade the things to
I guess I
to
want to
stop?
persuade them to stop and maybe join me and make songs instead of attacking us. So persuade
Okay,
them.
then cool. Let's do persuasion then.
That's just how I'm going about it.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
Nice.
25.
Woo!
25. Okay, cool. So we'll say that one of the paddles. So you start to do your song. You know, is it like a? I guess give me a description of what this song is like. Like how do you just banging on shit?
Yeah, like I see like the spoons are doing it, so I'm probably like clapping and I've got my kazoo already. I'm like, and I'm trying to like go with the beats that they're making. Like,
Cool.
yeah.
So you see that the spoons are all just chaos. You're just like not making any sounds. But as you start to play and set down a beat, the spoons will kind of like start to join in with your song. One of the paddles like was swinging at Val and kind of like hovers there for a second, like kind of in confusion, like listening to you, and then starts like comes back and wallops this huge saucepan and makes this big like bass drum dong, 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 in time with your song. Awesome. Nice work, dude. They're very weird, but I'll take it.
Really good. Also, we have a music.
All right, so the cauldron is right, of course. Oh, something's going on.
God.
Oh,
The cauldron
over
is
here.
glued to the wall over there, and it's going to try to basically burst off and come back. It's an action to escape. Oh no, it rolls a 4. So it's like struggling, and some of the webs are kind of starting to stretch, but it can't seem to pull itself off of the wall. Awesome. All right, Val, it is your turn. One of the paddles has stopped attacking you to join Jrmi's song, but you still have one that's up in your grill. What do you want to do?
2 attacks on it. Ooh, first one's 14.
14 will not hit, alas.
Second's 19.
19 will, yes, you're good.
Okay. So that's 7 damage.
Cool, yeah, that was the more damaged one, so you basically cut it in half.
Yeah.
Nice work.
Just like,
You still have a move action. Is there anywhere else you want to move to in the room?
what else is around? So we have the cauldron that's attached to the wall. All the spices are kind of hovering above my head, and then all of the like spoons and pots are just kind of like around the room. Just,
Yeah.
like...
The spoons look like they're the ones that are animated. The pots really aren't. The spoons are just like wailing on stuff. But now they're all in tune with Jrmi's song. Yeah. So it's up to you. What you want to do.
I kind of want to do a perception to see if I can locate a source, because we don't know why these things have been going on. Like, there could be some sort of source in the room itself or just on the floor.
Sure. Yeah.
So, yeah.
I'll say that's a bonus action. Go for it.
Okay. Mod 20.
Mod 20. So you kind of like stop and like assess the whole area. You're looking around. Let me see. Okay. You don't see anything that would indicate an obvious nexus point. You're not 100% sure, but you feel strongly that your point is correct. You don't know why this is happening and that something is amiss. You kind of have a moment of like, oh, I'm so cool. Why are we doing this?
Yeah.
You're like looking around. You don't see anything, but that you can't get that feeling out of your head. You don't. Yeah. Something's up. Cool. Theo, it is your turn.
Okay, I'll try to shoot this cauldron again.
Go for it. Yes.
It's still
all right. Roll me
restrained,
d20.
right? And that's pretty much...
Yeah, still restrained.
And that's... Okay, yeah.
It's still trying to get out. Like, at any moment, it could break on its check. But if you can hit it before then, yeah.
Alrighty.
Let's see it.
Aw, I rolled a 4.
Yeah, you're just having trouble with this wand, man. You can't get it to work.
I'm not
Your
used to
Arcana
wands,
would
that's
tell
for
you...
sure.
That's true. Your Arcana would also tell you that it is a higher level spell than you can cast. This is like a 4th level spell. So maybe part of it is that like it's a little more complicated than you're used to, and so you're like get a little red in the face as you're trying
I'm
to
not
figure
going
it
to
out.
admit that.
Yeah.
Can
The
I...
professor up there just like,
Can I maybe pass the wand to someone?
Yeah. Absolutely.
All right, then I'll throw it to... Wait, you're still using your wand?
Well, yeah, I've got 2 hands though.
Double
yeah, I'll throw
wanding.
it to...
yeah.
I was thinking we could almost like keep throwing it to people.
Yeah. The point is that anyone can use it. It's not just Theo's thing. He just had it in his bag.
Who's next? Is that too meta? Maybe that's too meta.
Kevin.
It's a little meta.
Yeah. I'll throw it to the closest person to me then. How about that?
Okay, I'll roll for it. Jrmi is closer to
There
you.
you go.
You
Throw it
can
to
just
Jrmi.
hand it to me, probably.
Yeah, I'll just be like,
I feel like you just kind of snuck in under his legs. We're just like, there you go.
I'll just be like, I think.
Do you start like
it's broke.
drumming with it or something? Like, do you incorporate it into the song? Right.
Probably like get it, and I'm like fake conducting with it.
Oh, that's way better. Yeah, fake conducting. I love that. Okay, so the spices are kind of done trying to pester Val, and they're going to move John to a different target. They're going to go over to Theodûir. So they start hovering around you, Theodûir, and dumping spices and stuff on you. Can you give me a Constitution save, please?
Ooh, real nice.
Mod 20.
Yeah, you're fine. How do you avoid this? Like, do you dodge out of the way? Do you just like endure it? What does this look like?
Yeah, I think it's maybe some prestidigitation. Maybe.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
sweeping
Just
it
kind
away.
of just swiping it, always.
Yeah, it like happens, and you just like windshield wiper it off, right?
Yeah.
That's cool. Awesome. The spices, like if a constellation of jars of like spices could look frustrated, they would look super frustrated. They're kind of like they can't seem to get any purchase. Maz, it is your turn. You have your web stick still, and but the cauldron is pretty well contained.
The website.
Yeah. I think Moss would probably go up to the cauldron, like put a hand down and be like, come on, bro. Calm down. What's your deal, man?
If only we're made out
Why are
of
you doing this
stone.
stuff? You're big.
Do you want to try to persuade it, or are you just chatting with it?
Yeah, I'll probably try to persuade it. I mean, I'd love to just chat with it, and my persuasion gets a -2. So this
It's up to you. If you don't want that to be your action, that's fine.
I'm gonna spin the
You're
action.
just
This is my
asking.
action. So I'm like
Okay.
trying to just come on. We just want cookies.
Even that, yeah.
Make us some cookies. And like probably while he's doing it, he's trying to keep time, but
Right. What's that mean?
I got a 3 after my modifier.
Yeah, it seems as you get closer to it, it's like almost if it could snap at you, if it had teeth, it would be. It's like oh, you're the one, you did it. Like it's very very mad at you. Okay, cool. The one paddle that you converted is still just wanging on this gong, making a song. Jrmi, it is your turn.
Well, I want to try the one at the cauldron, but is there any way
Okay.
to, like, as a minor, sustain my song?
Yeah, I'll say as a bonus action, you can keep going. You don't have to roll again. You're fine.
Okay.
But as long as you keep spending a bonus action to do that, then you can keep going. Yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
So I just roll. I'm sorry. I just roll for this one.
Roll a d20. Yep. It's just like the way the spell works is that the item makes a save, but that's boring if I'm just constantly making saves. So I'd rather have you guys do it, and I'll tell you if it succeeds or not.
9.
So go for it. No. You guys are having trouble with this wand. You don't know what it is. It's
too, so I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just winging
Super
it out of
distracted,
it.
yeah.
you
That's
accidentally
right
like
way.
disenchant a couple of the spoons, right? Because you're like just waving it around and you're zapping in the wrong direction, and a couple of the spoons fall to the kitchen floor. Yeah. Okay. Do you want to move? Or are you still good doing your conducting over there,
I'm
bud?
good there. I don't know if I can pass the wand to anybody, but if someone wanted to take it on their turn, they could. I will.
You can't pass it because it's a bonus action. You've already used your bonus action. So, all right. The cauldron is going to try to break free again. There we go. So you're over there next to it, Moss, and you're touching it, and it's so mad that it pulls itself off the wall and like moves to hover over you like it's going to drop down, but it can't do it because it's technically an action. So you're like looking up at the cauldron, like, oh god, looks like it's going to drop on top of your head. Okay, now it's Val's turn.
Oh God. Ow, that was heavy on my foot.
Ouch.
Ooh. I'm gonna walk over to the cauldron and cast some shock and grasp on that dude.
Cool. Go for it. So does it make a saving throw? Is that right?
Yeah, sorry, let me pull it up. It's in my phone.
Oh.
I know, I'm so unprepared.
That's fine.
We got Jrmi's song going. Yes, trust.
Well, I'm pretty sure it makes a save. Oh no, I think you make a touch. I forget. Let's look it up.
Heyo.
Hi, I can't.
Chat owner donated $4.
We love
What?
Yeah,
Quit it.
Bye.
I mean, don't quit it. Please keep donating, but you're so generous. What's the donation for, buddy?
You generous sort. If only other people would take
take the hints.
lessons after you.
I agree. Very, very generous with your money, my friend. Thank you again for the donation. Let us know who you want it to go towards. You could give it to the Dungeon Master. I mean, I'm just saying. No one ever has. No one ever
Who
has.
wants to?
I'm sorry, is this called the Dungeon Master Adventuring League? Or...
It could be, though. You guys didn't even discuss that name.
You don't even know.
I feel like
Come on. What's you going to do with your spell?
If you
Let's
name
do
your
it.
group the Dungeon Master, then you're obviously...
The Dungeon Master. Yep, okay, so...
The Dungeon Masters.
Yeah, your party's called the player characters. Right.
So, technically,
role
since
players.
it's made of armor,
It's not made of armor. It's made of metal.
I mean, sorry, thank you, sorry.
Okay.
Since it's made of metal, I have advantage on the attack roll.
Okay, so it is an attack roll.
Yeah.
Go for it.
I was really good for both. The lower one was my
Nice.
20, so...
Yeah, you got it. You're good.
And
What's the
then
damage?
It is 1d8 of lightning damage, which is 2.
Okay. So you touch it and you send some electricity through it, right? And it like crackles up and around the thing, and you can kind of see there are like seams in it. Like it seems to like make little cracks. So it definitely could be destroyed, but it doesn't seem too damaged by that. All right, nice work. That's your move and your action. Thea, what would you like to do?
Can I grab the wand back from Jrmi?
Yeah.
Since I'm sitting next to her? Alright, so I'm gonna...
Just trading back and forth.
I'll kind of grab it, like...
Right, yeah.
And I'll try to point at the cauldron again, hopefully.
Cool.
Hopefully
Go for
this
it.
time I'll do it.
We'll see.
Hopefully.
We'll see.
Come
doubt
on,
it,
come
man.
on, come on, Theodûir.
Theodûir
Come on.
sucks.
I know Dad's watching somewhere.
I'm proud of you, proud of you, proud of you.
A 12?
Yes, a 12 will do it. Nice.
The professor
So it's flying off, and it hits the cauldron, like golden wiggly light. The cauldron, which was hanging above Moss, stops. Bang! But Moss, you're in exactly the right place where it like lands around you, and you don't take any damage, right? It just like hits the floor.
So
So
loud, though. Like,
super loud,
yeah.
and like you're trapped in sudden darkness. You can give your dark vision or whatever. You're like,
and death.
I like the idea that we kind of forgot where Moss was, too.
Right? It's like, oh no.
And I used to
I was
see
like standing in front. Yeah, right.
Where did Moss go?
Oh. Anyway, you probably went home. You just go to the next
Yeah.
room.
Did he go on already? Where are the cookies?
He didn't say anything. He might be in the cabinet with
So-
the
Can I do a
cookies.
perception check for cookies?
You already used your bonus action,
Oh,
alas.
you're right.
So the spices will swing from Theodûir, who's right there, right over to Jrmi, because they can't go for Moss, because Moss is under the cauldron. So can I get a Constitution save, please, Jrmi?
Oh boy. 8.
8. Okay, cool. So all these spices are coming down. They're getting in your kazoo. You're horrible. So you are poisoned, basically, is how it works functionally.
Oh, okay, yeah. That's fine.
Yeah. I'm going to allow this.
Like, I have to say
All right,
myself.
that's fine. Sure.
You have you basically have disadvantage to any ability or skill checks you make until you are unpoisoned. You can spend a bonus action to or not bonus action. Sorry, you can spend an action to stop and like wipe out your face and your nose and stuff. But then you'll be clear. But until you do that, you have your poison. You're just like nose is all full of oregano and shit. Okay, Moss, you are under the cauldron.
I am. I would like to not be under the cauldron.
Cool. Yeah. Move action. You don't even have to roll. It's
Okay.
not animate. You can just
Good,
shove it. It's
good.
like hard. You can roll it off of you. Yeah, you're free.
Yay.
I
What do you
did
want
it!
to do?
Hey, with spoons, get to work making us cookies, please.
You can make a persuasion if you'd like.
Spoons. Get to work on making those cookies, please.
Mod 6.
Please.
One of the spoons will come over and just like you on the face. It doesn't deal any damage. But it's like, hey, stop it! Like,
It just comes over and like pops him on the head.
yeah, stop it. Okay, so the alarm just went off. the spices are out of spice at this point. So I feel like let's take our break and say that in the break, you guys can use the wand and slowly go and like painstakingly disenchant all the like non-combatant-y stuff.
The
right?
chars
Like,
just
that
break
point you
as
basically
we, like,
No, I want to
Yeah.
them.
Ba-ching, ba-ching.
or do whatever. But the combat is functionally over. We're gonna take our break and then we'll be back in 5 minutes and see what other shenanigans you guys get up to.
We're good at that.
And I cast grease on the stairs behind me.
Oh, nice.
6 and an 11.
DC's 14.
Nice.
You're exactly right. Both slip and stumble further down the stairs. They are both prone then.
First level spell, folks. Grease, BOP.
The adventure begins on the 10th of Harvest Home, 929 of Kairosha's Third Age. This is episode 30, Sisters of Steel.
When we last left our heroes, they had just cleared the kitchen of all of its, shall we say, pests, all of its inanimate objects that had suddenly become startlingly animate. What do you guys want to do before you go on to the next room? Anything else in the kitchen?
Look for some vegetables. I think I need the
Some vegetables.
broccoli. If there's any.
Give me a perception checks if you guys want to, like, or that or investigation. You could use investigation, and if you use investigation, Theo, you technically have advantage because it's an intelligence-based skill.
Yeah.
So the ghost can help you look for cookies.
I'll use it in investigation.
I feel like the entire time it's just like,
I got a perception to look for snacks at 17.
Come on.
Okay, yeah, nice. Anybody beat 17?
No.
wow.
Moss wants those
Bad.
bad.
I like the idea, Theodûir, that you're being lectured like, it's not very healthy, if I'm being perfectly honest. Like, he's like trying to lecture you about how you shouldn't eat.
He's resisting me. Yeah.
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 He's, like, not really
all of your
helping.
memories and all
Right,
that.
yeah. Oh, no cookies over here. Yeah.
Suddenly taking
So you got a
control of
17,
your food.
Moss. You can, like, sniff them out.
Oh,
You know
yeah.
what shit
Very.
is in
He
here.
goes very animal.
Right. Yeah. So you have to like climb up onto a counter that's like a little too tall for you, but you can get in there and there's like a big, like ornate, it looks like an urn, like this Baroque ass cookie jar, right? That is like overflowing with various different kinds of pastries. Yeah.
Ooh.
Moss will probably just turn around like, dun 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 dun.
Yeah. Hovers slightly
Yeah.
above your hands and spins a little bit. Yeah.
So it's like,
Cool.
I found him!
Yeah, you guys can tear it. There's all kinds of other snacks in there too. There's bread and cheese and salted pork
Yeah.
and things like that.
Salted pork.
Yeah. hmm
But
Yeah.
cookies.
Chocolate.
It's like a full service kitchen that would normally be, you know, used for like a noble's manor, but a lot of like fresh food is in there, so it's anything that could be stored.
Moss probably shoves like a handful of cookies, and then he's got like a baguette and like a salted pork. It's just like walking through the house, like
A baguette is really funny that you have like a grocery bag
Yes.
full of baguettes. It's
Just-
funny.
We just got the one
Okay.
baguette.
Yeah, I know. I just thought the idea it's such a weird modern term. Like I have a baguette. I got a panini while I was in the kitchen. Okay. Awesome. What room do you guys want to go to next?
I don't care anymore.
Bathroom.
We could go
Bathroom?
home.
Bath chamber?
What'd you
Alright.
call it? The like bath chamber? Is that
The
it?
bath chamber.
Yeah, let's go to the bath chamber.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys can head down the hallway towards the bath chamber. Now, we don't quite have time to cover this in this adventure, but if you are a patron on our Patreon page, Patreon again, you guys can get access to a handful of other secret bonus encounters that are basically in the hallways in between. So if you are a patron, there's in the adventure write-up, there are a whole bunch of other things that we don't quite have time to cover with the Junior Adventurers League, that if you donate, you can get access to this sweet adventure. Okay, so you guys are headed to the bath. You, after walking through the halls, enter a small triangular chamber with walls and floors made from gray brick. Massive windows in two of those walls are covered with thick green curtains. A thin layer of soapy water covers the floor.
Ooh.
And as you look, you can see bars of soap flopping and splashing in the water like fish. As you enter, a gargantuan and ornate bathtub standing on clawed feet reacts bodily to your entrance. It paws at the ground and seems to lower itself, prepared to charge. Initiative, everybody.
We need to push Moss in that.
Right. Oh man.
I'm just going down this time. I'm a 9.
9.
Oof.
Anybody beat a 10? Oh, you guys
10.
suck.
I tied
Nine
it.
is a really
You got a
bad
10.
one.
I'm saying anybody beat a 10.
No.
Okay.
Shut
Theo, and then who got next after the 10?
Moss.
9. Moss.
Yeah.
Moss.
I got a
After that,
7.
That'd be Jrmi next.
Jrmi. Woof! How did you do,
I
Val?
got 6.
You guys suck. Okay. So this bathtub is gonna go first. It's lowered itself down. It's like pawing at the ground, and it like just comes galloping across the floor. However, the floor is extremely soapy. So in order to make it to you, it's gonna have to make a dexterity save.
Is it full of water?
It's like a little bit of. It's like the tub is not. The tub is empty. So it comes galloping across, but it actually is like surprisingly sure-footed as it pads its way. It's got these like little cat paws, right? It comes barreling in, and it's gonna slam right into you, Val.
Ooh.
Oh, I don't think that's gonna hit you. Oh no, it gets advantage because it's got a charging ability. I forgot. Ah ha ha! There we
Playing
go.
games by heart, man.
Right?
Are you sure it hits her? Because she does have a buckler.
Oh, excuse me. What is your AC? Out of curiosity, I'm certain I hit you. 17.
Yeah.
Cool.
I thought you already had 17.
No, I had 16, but I have 18 with my shield, but I have my buckler auto.
Yeah.
So I have 17 now.
Yeah, and you can't have both, right?
Yeah.
You gotta have one or the other. Okay, so it hits you for extra damage.
Oh,
You
come
take
on.
you take because it's charging. You take 15 damage
All right.
as it slams into you, and then you are like pitched bodily into the tub. So you like go
Nice.
face plant onto the porcelain, and you can kind of feel that the tub like constricts to like hold you in there.
Ooh,
So you're kind of like trapped in this tub, and it's like like rampaging around in the front of the group. Like it's this angry boar, basically.
Right. Oof.
Okay, Theo, you are immediately next. Your next initiative, and it's right in front of you now, like staring you down.
As I'm
What
in
do you
there,
wanna
just like, gun, gun, gun.
Yeah, you're banging it around in the tub.
You're in the tub. Like in,
Yes,
riding
she
it.
fell in,
Like
and the tub kind of like
constricted around
crunched a
the
little
kinda-
bit to like keep her in there.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll try to. I have the wand, so I'm gonna try to dispel it. Yeah,
Yeah,
I'll
go
just
for
do
it.
my best.
Save.
Um,
Oh!
19.
That'll do. Actually,
Yeah!
you wave the wand, poof! You touch the side of the tub, and it just goes limp. It's two claw feet hit the ground, and it's a tub.
Nice.
Why would
Nice.
you need an enchanted tub? I don't understand. Why do they enchant their soap?
I don't know, but I said.
Can I do a intelligence check to see if I know why? Because I come from a wealthy family, and maybe I know.
Yeah, sure.
The tub
sure.
washes you.
I will not give you advantage on this one because Tandivar did not come from wealth.
That's true. He didn't.
Oh, you know what? But he's a wizard, though. Yeah, I'll give it to you. He enchants things.
Okay.
You can have
Yeah.
advantage.
I might not need it.
Yeah, you don't need it.
You said intelligence, right?
Mm-hmm.
16.
So your father is kind of like a hard, cold, serious man, kind of a Tywin Lannister vibe. So he doesn't really approve of a lot of like unnecessary frippery. You've heard him criticize people who like go overboard with enchanting things, and that a tub is a little extreme. But you have heard people like enchanting chairs and beds and things to move around, so that way like they'd be able to have to get up. So like it's possible that they enchanted the tub. That way they had to like.
Tandivar's house had a bunch of enchanted shit. So this is
Yeah.
actually.
It did.
I was saying this mostly because I was curious why you would do
Right.
soap, but then the other one.
But
is
but
just
it is weird, Theodûir. It's like it doesn't seem right. Like
It is
you've heard of a
weird.
couple of eccentric wizards doing it. Like, well, I could, so why not? But it doesn't.
Why?
For this person in this situation, something about it seems wrong.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I
What do you
would
guys wanna
maybe
do
share
now?
that if I knew something like
Sure.
that. Like,
Yeah.
that it is kind of peculiar.
Indeed.
Of course, it's peculiar. Why do you? I mean, you know my stance on soap to begin with, but then why it was?
Are you in the hallway? Like, have you even come into the room?
Yeah,
He's just like,
It's just sitting on the
But you can
outside.
see, Moss. You can smell it. You can smell it coming down the hall.
Yeah.
They said bath chamber, and you got all weird, like a drug dealer, and someone said cop. Right? You're like, what? What? What did you say?
Moss, I know it doesn't feel good, but it's good for you.
No, it's not.
You need to face your fears.
Not natural.
sometimes.
All right. Well, we
Step
solved
in.
Moss's fear.
Not natural.
It's taking.
Oh
a
yeah.
bath.
Yeah,
So
being
absolutely,
clean.
it's cleanliness.
It's
Yeah.
cleanliness is not next to godliness.
It's
He
just
is,
soap and
he
toilet.
is
Just
clean
like,
in nature's
ah!
eyes. All right, so that's
So the-
Moss's fear is getting clean.
Got it. The room is still kind of flooded, and even as you guys are talking, you see the soap bars like wee, like slip around, wee, like, splashing around. Yeah.
You're telling me that that's normal? I'm not getting in that room. No, sir.
Can I try to grab one of the soap bars?
Yeah, go for it. Give me a dexterity check, please.
Dexterity.
Oh, that one's
Mod
loving
20.
you today.
Oh, nice. Yeah, you're surprisingly nimble at it. Yeah, so it's like slippering around. You can grab onto it. Yeah.
Can't see.
Who's that?
Sildaris.
Did he donate?
$4.
Whoa!
Yes. Ow, ow.
There it is.
Yeah, t-shirt cannon. Shoot that t-shirt cannon. Excellent. Let us know who that goes to, or it could be the dungeon master. Always an option.
Everybody's favorite.
Cool. So yes, you have the bar of soap in your hand. This is kind of a similar thing where there's no more active combatants in this chamber.
Yeah.
So if you guys spend your time, you can just like slowly go and painstakingly disenchant.
I wanna.
Go ahead.
I absolutely want to spend some time slipping around like
Woo!
risky business style.
Risky businessing around in the soap.
Like, Val, goes to you.
Moss is
What?
grumpily in
Oh,
the
nice.
Moss is grumpily outside on the landing. This is a dumb room.
It's a
He's
stupid
like,
room.
some soap comes out through the doorway. It's just like, ah.
Yeah, I mean, it is like, you guys probably saw it as you came up, like water is like leaking out of the room, right? Like, so you would also notice as you're going around that you're going and disenchanting the soap. There's like 3 or 4 bars of it. One of you, we'll see who it is.
Cody, what did you?
It wouldn't be Moss. It would be because you're not in the room. It would be Jrmi.
With it.
When you're sliding around, Jrmi, doing your risky business, at one point the curtains like lash out and grab you and try to like wrap you up in the curtains. They don't deal any damage. You guys can like disenchant them and pull you out, but you realize that both of the 2 green curtains in the room were basically like ambush predators waiting to grab someone.
I basically think at first that they're giving me a hug because I forgot. Because I'm like,
Yeah, and then like tightening.
They start to like pull you out the window and start to hold you over. Like,
wait. No.
Bad touch.
That's not what I wanted.
I forgot. Is there any way to like clean up the water, or is that like too nice and not a thing we need to do?
I mean, you could spend some time, but you need like sponges. And,
We
yeah.
can't like
Oh.
weirdly.
can I
Don't care enough.
that bar of soap
You
that I
could, maybe.
grabbed initially? Could I have like stealthily pocketed that? I want to try to like
He's gonna
hide
try
it.
to wash Moss later.
Oh,
trying to
did you disenchant it though?
Huh?
Is it disenchanted or is it still active? Okay, so you can try, but it is like wiggling in your hand and it's extremely slippery. So if you have like a good place on your character sheet that you could store it where it wouldn't be able to escape, but
Here's
you
where I
get the
wanna
sense like it's gonna try
I
to
want
get
to
away.
store it in Moss's backpack.
Okay, so
Yeah, sleight
I
of
need
hand to get in
a
there.
sleight of hand check. Yes, to slip it into Moss's bag without Moss noticing. Moss, you can roll a perception check to oppose it.
Oh God.
Okay. I got a 9.
I got a 5.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's very inexpertly done, Theo. It's not good, but he doesn't
Moss
notice
probably
somehow.
like, this is a stupid room, and he turned his back, and his like little bag is there, right there.
You
so-
won't even turn around. Like
No.
I'm trying, like, and the whole time I'm like, "Oh, Moss, just look, just turn around and look. Look at how clean
Look
it
at
is.
it."
Just look. Behold."
Theo, can I like try and convince you to maybe prestidigitate a bunch of the water into the tub and be like, maybe if we clean it up and we make it pretty, they'll give us more.
You want to try to convince me to do that?
Ew.
Um,
I wasn't sure if you'd want me to roll or not.
I think no, I would do that for you, Jeremy.
Sure. Okay. So, but you
For
slip
your
the
best
you
interest
slip the
too,
bar of
like,
soap
yeah.
into Moss's bag, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Cool. So you can slip it in there, and you can definitely tell that when it goes in, it's like wriggling around. But it's not the only thing wriggling around in Moss's bag, so it's not like immediately suspicious, right? Like, and we'll see if Moss how long it takes Moss to notice.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll have
I
to see.
doubt.
Okay, so you wanted to go and prestidigitate all the bath water into the tub.
Yes. Yeah. I'll be like, that's
Okay.
a great idea, Jeremy. We will. We'll make a nice warm bath for someone.
Oh no. So there's more water than will fit in the tub. So you can fill the tub up, and there's still kind of water on the floor. There are a couple of empty barrels that look like they would have at one point contained bath water, but you can put some of them in as well. Yeah.
Sounds good.
Perfect.
Cool.
Quick question: is the $4 for a heal? Or is
$4 is an automatic nat 20, I believe.
20.
It's a
Who is it
$4.
for?
Val.
C'est moi.
Yeah. Well, there's one for Val and one for Jeremy.
Yeah.
Cool. Anything else you guys want to do in this room?
No.
Nah. What are the other chambers? I forgot.
Definitely not. There is the den, the dining room, and the library.
Ooh. Do you want to go to the library?
I'm afraid of what I know is gonna happen in there. But yeah,
I mean, yeah.
Let's do it.
It's gonna be
Library?
It's gonna be a tornado of books, but let's do it.
I don't want to go to the library. You guys are choosing stupid
Oh,
rooms.
the library.
I don't
Maybe
know,
there'll
I
be
feel
some
like-
cool spell book. I could.
Stupid rooms.
The Nexus might be in the library too, since that would be like.
Let's go to Den.
Where someone
Dens is
would
where
read
Bears
about it.
is.
Den's is
Dens is where Bears is.
Dead is where them bears is.
Dens is where bears.
This is where them bears at.
Dens is where bears.
It's Moss's new
EP.
single, Dens, and then in
Dens is
parentheses,
where
is
Bears
where them bears at.
Technically,
Right,
technically, I can cast mirror image same as him. So
yeah. You can. It's possible. No one's stopping you.
yeah, I can.
Okay, cool.
I can cast mirror image.
So you guys head there.
Which arguably I should cast that as opposed to this armor check,
Oh my
like the
God.
stone skin or whatever the hell. Well, I went stone skin, obviously.
I would
Or
love
bark
to
skin.
have them have a dance off between the mirror.
Yeah.
What are they? The mirror Theos? Theo. And
I think it's Theo and the Mirror
Theo and the
Images is
Mirrors,
what we
and
called
then-
it.
Yeah.
And then like MC
Mosses.
Moss or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah. Essence of
Um,
moss.
Moss and the
Essence
rocks.
of Moss. Dumb. All right, so you guys come into the library. This great round chamber boasts a library of impressive size. Bookcases line its circular walls, complete with ladders on tracks that zip around the room. A small collection of furniture, chairs, end tables, globes, creates a small reading area in the center of the chamber. Your attention, however, is drawn by the massive flock of flying books, their covers flapping like wings that hover in the center of the room. Upon your arrival, they churn and swarm, preparing to descend down upon you. So there's just like this flock of books up in the sky, and as you guys come in, they kind of like, they don't make any sound besides flapping, but they look like they're going to boil down and attack you. Initiative again, folks.
12.
Ooh,
17.
19.
Ooh, here we go.
Oh.
Okay, so Val, I think, got the best with 19, and then Theo with 17. Anybody else beat a 15? Neither of you two?
no.
Monster, okay.
No, I got
Gloves.
12.
12 is going to go to Moss.
Okay, yeah, sorry.
How'd you do, Jrmi?
9.
You suck.
Wah, wah.
Okay, once again, Jrmi in the rear. All right, Val, it is your turn.
Use that nat 20.
Yeah. All right, so the swarm of books is coming at us.
It's up in the air still. It will descend on its turn, but it hasn't quite yet. Yeah, you've acted first. So what do you want to do?
Can I use a bonus action for perception to see if I
Yes,
see
sure.
That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, 19.
19, okay. Yes, so you are looking around. You're looking for some kind of a nexus or a source?
Yeah, just something to cause all this commotion.
Beautiful. So you see something that kind of catches your eye. A lot of the motion in the room is up above your head, but you're kind of scanning at eye level, and you see a few things. First of all, when you come in, you see a couple of these little reading candles light and then like start to float around the room. They're very small, and you wouldn't have noticed them otherwise, but they kind of like stealthily started to glide around. So you're aware that there's some flying candles. More than that, though, like ducking behind a chair kind of at the last second when you came in is an item that you don't immediately recognize. It's about this long and is made of wood or something like that, and just kind of like ducks behind a chair and seems to be hiding from you.
Huh.
Yeah.
Mysteries.
Anyway, these books are up there and they're getting mad. What do you want to do?
I definitely go towards that mystery thing.
Okay, cool. Yeah, you can head over there and kind of peek around. Do you want to try to be quiet, or do you want to try to just be obvious, like charge over there?
I'll be obvious.
Okay, cool. Yeah, you stride over and like, whoa, reveal yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, you kind of swing behind the chair where you think it is, and it's not there anymore.
Damn.
Wow.
Yeah. That's your move. You still have an action. What do you want to do?
Burning hands.
I really totally want to. So badly. You don't even know.
We would lose.
Ooh. Ooh. I want a thunder wave.
Okay, sure. On yourself?
I mean, it's a 15-foot cube, so would that catch the books, or would it...
The books are too high.
The books are too high?
Yeah.
Never mind.
Sorry.
Breaking
You
all my
could
heart. It's
prepare
fine.
an action. Is that still a thing in 5th?
Yeah, you could
it
ready a
is,
thunder
yeah.
wave for if they dropped down on you.
I don't really want to damage these books too much because there's probably some pretty cool stuff. Okay.
Books have never contained anything cool.
No, books aren't.
Also, books in this particular time frame probably were just a dime a dozen.
Yeah.
Everyone knows
I'm
books.
sure. Yeah, they're not super rare.
Totally. They're not like
It's like
rich people
Skyrim,
like.
where there's
You
just
just
books
Google it.
everywhere.
Oh God, seriously.
Which again makes no sense historically. Like
How
there's a
many
printing
trees?
press. Yeah.
How many copies of the lusty Argonian maid are flying around this room?
It's actually only that.
Yeah,
like
right.
she's like a weird connoisseur of this book.
It's all the ripped bodice.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I want to ready Thunderwave if I can. Once
Cool.
all these
Yeah,
books
perfect.
get within
That's great.
range.
Cool.
Everyone stay
There are
within-
enough books. They're about 20 feet up. There are enough books that if they descend, they're going to fill the whole chamber. So you're
Perfect.
absolutely going to, unless they like all mass on you for some reason. Okay, Theo, it is your turn.
All right. Did we see what Val did?
You can spend a bonus action and make a perception check, but you did see Val kind of stride over there, so you know there's something in that area.
Okay.
There was an aha.
Alrighty. I'm just gonna clock that in my brain that I saw her
Cool.
not go after the books right away.
Yeah.
Then I'll try to dispel those books with my wand that I have.
Okay, cool. Go for it.
Nope, got a 9.
Cool. So you're zapping it. Maybe you get one of the books and it like falls, but you realize like it's going to be trickier to do this because there's so many individual books, right? It's like one big swarm. Okay. Do you want to move or are you still standing in the doorway?
Yeah, I'll try to like run in the room and just position myself away from everyone, I guess.
Okay. Yeah, cool. Awesome. It is the book's turn. So the books will descend down and kind of fill the whole chamber. Only Theo and Val are in the range of them because you guys haven't entered the room yet. So go ahead and do your Thunder Wave. Is that a save? I think they make a Constitution save.
I'm looking it up right now. Yeah, Constitution saving throw.
Cool. They got a 4, so they're going to take some damage.
Yeah, they are.
I saved too, right?
I don't think it's
within
quite big
15
enough
feet.
for that. Unless you ran within 15 feet of Val.
Yeah.
The chamber's about 30 feet across, so you could be away from her if you don't want to be in the range of the Thunder Wave. But
I just don't know, I guess. We can just assume.
yeah, you probably didn't know she was going to do
You
it, so
saved,
I
you're
rolled-
fine.
I rolled,
Yeah,
but, like-
you're
then
totally
you're fine. You're probably going to you're at least going to get pushed, I think,
Oof.
even if you succeed.
All right, so they take 7 damage and
Okay.
get pushed away from me, and there's that loud thunderous boom.
Kaboom! Yeah, absolutely. A couple of the windows like burst outward. And a couple of the books. Yeah, Bizarre! It's all huge. A couple of the books are just like torn bodily apart, and they're just thrown like it's like little pieces of paper wafting down.
Moss is happy to see this. Kevin hates it.
Yeah, it's terrible.
Like,
If they succeed, are they still pushed 10 feet?
Yeah, they just take half damage, I believe.
Oh, so Theodûir, you would take some of that damage then if you're in the
So they
radius.
take 3 damage.
3, and then you're thrown.
If you choose to be within 15 feet of me. Because I was like in the middle of the chamber.
Yeah, that's what I asked. I asked like, did you run close to her, right? When you ran into
You were
the
kind
room.
of like by the wall.
I kind of already said I was in it, so I just feel
Yeah,
weird.
I think you're in it.
I feel weird not saying it now, and I rolled and whatever. So
Yeah. So you take, what is it, 3 if it's half damage?
Yeah.
And then you're pushed 10 feet. You kind of like slam your body up against a wall. In so doing, okay, you're lucky. So you go on to, you basically get pushed 10 feet back, and it's like, ooh, oh, you get hit with this thing. You feel this wind go past you. Something very narrowly missed you from behind. And you turn, Theo, and you see that this ladder that's on the walls is like swinging around, trying to like basically smack anybody that's standing on the edges of the room. So it's kind of like whipping around, ready to like basically guillotine anyone that's standing there. Okay, Moss, it is your turn. You would have seen in the entrance this ladder go roaring past you, so you're also aware that the ladder is
As an
moving.
explosion of books centers around.
Yeah,
can I bonus perception?
sure. Yeah.
Also, for the soap, perception 15 and above, I'll notice it. Is that?
Oh yeah, that's cool. I like that.
Yeah.
I forgot about the soap.
I didn't,
He's like, I will not. Oh,
but I'm never gonna find it.
no.
I gotta.
Cool.
The backpack's gonna be so clean.
Yeah. All those. I have a lot of living creatures in there.
You do.
We're getting like
Eat
just
it.
scrubbed.
Yeah. I didn't. I didn't
Okay,
see anything.
so-
7.
Yeah, your attention is kind of drawn by the huge thunder wave. Right?
Wow. Well, I'm just gonna do my classic tactic of walking into the center of the room. I'm gonna produce flame and intimidate these books.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Yeah, I will give you advantage on that intimidate.
Cool. So I'll, like, just flames, like a little thing of spout of fire there on the fingers there. It's just like, hey, books! Why don't you stop it right now?
Why don't you
Go
get
for
to
it.
work and make us some cookies, please?
Oh, I rolled a 16, which means I got a 14.
What? Okay, so you don't think that the books will stop attacking in general, but they make a halo around you. Like the swarm moves so that way it doesn't have to come near you. Oh, I didn't even make attacks against the two of you from the books. Hold up a minute. Hold up a minute. Yeah, but they move around you, Moss, and do not come anywhere near you when you have that fire. You basically like have a corona protection while you have that spell.
Nice.
So hold on, real quick. These books, they don't like you so much, guys. They don't like you.
Why would that be? I didn't destroy
A 14 won't hit Val.
No.
But a 15. Oh, I don't think a 15 will hit. Oh, 16. Will a 16 hit you, Theodûir?
That is my armor class.
Don't hit.
Okay, so yes, it does. Yes, it does. Oh, Theodûir. Oh
no.
He's down.
He might be.
That's a big one.
You are like lambasted by these books. You're getting paper cuts and being slammed.
Oh, no.
You take 17 bludgeoning and slashing damage. Yeah,
Yeah, you're
it's
down.
brutal.
I'm down.
You had a really rough round there. You got thunder waved, almost hit with a ladder, and then torn apart by these books. I will also make the point that Theodûir is still holding the wand in his unconscious hand.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so Moss, yes, you've made your produce flame. You took your action. They will not attack you. If you think if you continue to threaten them, you might be able to get them to surrender entirely. But with just one check, it doesn't seem like it.
Had I known that, I probably wouldn't have spent my bonus action. I would have spent it, healing
Cursing.
him. Yeah,
Cursing
I would have spent my
Theodûir.
bonus action cursing.
Okay, do you want to take it back? That's fine.
Yeah, just the perception part, because
Okay,
it's
sure,
a bonus
that's
action
fine.
healing where it's a perception part.
I got it.
So next to perception, and Moss will just go and it's just like, "Hey, you books! That's my friend." It's just slinging curse words at these books at the fire. So he does that, all that, and Theodûir, you get, I believe, 1d4 plus 3.
Ooh, that's cat.
Nope.
There we go.
Max 7.
Yeah.
Nice.
So like nothing else.
That's twice as many hit points as Theodûir has now.
Yeah, right.
Gandalf face. Okay, cool. So let's see who's all in the room right now. All right. So Moss, you cast the spell. You're standing there holding your produce flame. Something appears from behind an end table. It is a sort of like white wand that seems to have some kind of silver tracing around the edge of it. It makes a gesture like this, it's floating in the air, and points at you. And suddenly your hat that's sitting on your head comes down over your eyes.
My hat!
And you are blinded. You can, on your turn, attempt to pull the hat up, but it's basically like wrapping around your eyes, and you cannot see. You're currently
This
blinded.
is betrayal of the highest order.
The highest order. So anyone else who's in the room, both Val and Jrmi, you can't. I think you're conscious now. You can see there is this wand hovering in the center of the room, and it's just cast the spell on Moss's hat.
Nice.
Okay, Jrmi, it is your turn.
Out of all the finery that they made me wear, I probably didn't get rid of. Like, I'm wearing my hat.
Yeah, of course. It's your classic hat. Yeah, absolutely. Jrmi, it is your turn.
Well, I want to come into this room. Did I see any of this happen?
Yeah, presumably in the doorway.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'd like to go over to Theo and take the wand,
Cool.
Go ahead.
and then I want to try and point it at the other wand
Okay. Yeah. Cool.
and use my nat 20.
Oh, interesting. So here's the problem. There are two checks involved here. So if you're going to take a wand and point it at another wand, you got to do some kind of a cool Harry Potter spell battle, and that is an Arcana check. So you can do that, but you also have to. The thing still has to fail on its save. So there's two checks involved. Which one of the two would you like the nat 20 to be? You can either fail its save, or you can win the wizard battle.
It was a little early, and then I just spaced and forgot to call.
So the first one would come first, right? You have to like do the cool wizard thing. And then if you can beat that, then it has an opportunity to fail its save. But you can't just point at it and get rid of it because it's a wand. It's protected against dispel magic.
I guess. Oh crap. Because so the first one is I just have to like roll a really good Arcana check, right?
Yeah, you roll an Arcana to like outspell it, basically. Yeah, is how I'm doing it.
No, I'm gonna use the 20 on that one because I don't.
Okay, cool, awesome. So what does this look like? This is other wand floating there, and then you have yours. You take it from Theodûir. What does Jrmi do?
I probably like saw all this happen, so I run over and I like grab the wand from you and I like probably look really cool, but also
Oh yeah, it's a 20. It's awesome.
so I like
And
Cool.
3 dresses.
Yeah.
a bunch of dresses that I have on.
And gloves and
There's
hats.
suddenly like a
Really
wind
cool.
that comes from nowhere and blows all your awesome
Yeah.
hair.
And I
Awesome.
do, like, a really cool
Okay, cool. So now it has to make a save. Can you roll me a d20, please?
What color is your hair today?
Ooh. It's pink. It matches my favorite dress.
Of course. That's the one that's on top.
Yep.
19.
How'd you do? 19. Yes, very good. So you
Nice.
blast it, and the wand goes rigid. Ding, 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 ding,
I
ding.
thought
It drops to
19
the
was
ground.
its score, and I was like,
No, sorry. I kind of flipped it. That way high is good for you guys. Because low being
Yeah!
it's weird. Yeah. Cool. So it drops to the ground and clatters and lies there.
Awesome.
Nice. Very good.
Stop it!
Okay, that's
probably
Jrmi.
what I yelled.
Yeah.
We zapped the wand that zapped my hat.
Yeah.
Jeremy's
Yes,
that the
indeed.
one that's
Like
after
anything
hat.
cool I just looked like was ruined by me just like shrieking, "Stop it!"
So in that case, no, actually that wouldn't happen yet. Excuse me.
Okay.
Okay, so let's see. It's gonna be 1, 2. All right, so Jrmi, you're doing that. You look super awesome, and you're casting this spell. Can you do me a favor and make me a perception check, please?
Sure. Nope. 3.
So you don't realize until too late, as awesome as you look, that your clothing is on fire. You sort of turn and see that one of your dresses is burning slowly, and you see a little candle, kind of like retreat away as your
son of a
dresses
bitch.
start to burn.
Get back
You
here.
take 1 fire damage. It's not too bad, but you will now have to spend an action to exterminate the fire on your turn, unless somebody else does. Yeah, it's pretty bad. Val, it is your turn.
I just love him imagining this little candle just like do 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 do.
Yeah, it just sneaks away.
I
Okay.
want to go grab that wand.
Sweet. Yeah, you can go and grab it.
Yes. Do I
It is a
feel
stick.
anything from it?
It is a stick.
It is an inert stick because it's had Dispel Magic cast on it. Yeah.
I'm gonna keep that baby for later. That's going in my backpack.
Cool.
I ruined it for Ab.
Awesome. Sweet. So that was probably your move and your bonus action. You still want to take an action. You're surrounded by the swarm of books. So you could just attack books around it if you wanted.
I already destroyed a decent amount.
Yeah.
Do I figure out that this wand is the thing that I saw earlier?
Yes, you can put that together. Hmm.
I don't want to destroy any more.
Yeah, you don't know what to
Books,
do when
really.
you can't just destroy stuff.
I
You
know.
can't
I'm just
destroy
like,
everything.
I feel like I
Weird.
kind of like raise my blades. I'm just like, I want
Doesn't
to.
feel
but I
right.
Shouldn't. Maybe bees. No.
Maybe
God. God, I don't even.
What's it going to be? Do we want to delay? We can come back to you.
I'll do second wind to regain some hit points because.
Oh, yeah,
looking
there you
pretty
go.
rough. It's a bonus action, but screw it. Cool. So
Oh, that's fine. You can use that as your action. I'm cool with
Perfect.
that. Okay.
There we go. I just got
Cool.
10 ack.
Sweet. Theo, it is your turn.
All right. Can I take the one back?
Mm-hmm.
I'll take it back and I'll try to shoot those books again.
Go for
Because they're
it.
still
Yes, give me a
floating,
d20 roll.
Yeah.
The books are still going, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. The books are all around the place. On their turn, they're going to hit everybody.
How many what I can do?
Ooh.
I got an 18.
Okay. Yes. So you managed to strike it and take out like a sizable chunk. You can kind of like sweep it back and forth and drop, maybe a third of the books, and they kind of clutter to the ground. Nice.
Nah.
There's still 2/3 of them left, though. Do you want to move, Theo? Or are you good? Because it was a bonus action to get the wand. You probably had to move over to Jrmi to take it, frankly, right?
No, I was standing right next to him. Because
Oh, you're standing next to him?
Grab it
Okay, cool.
anyway.
You still have a move action. Do you want to move anywhere?
No, I don't think so.
Okay,
No, I'll
cool.
stand right there.
All right, these books are going to go, and they're going to attack everybody but Moss, because Moss has the fire still. So an attack against Val is a miss, an attack against Theodûir is a hit, and an attack against Jrmi is a miss. So only Theodûir is hit by these books.
No.
Theodûir, you take 7 points of damage.
I go down. I go down.
You're
Just
down.
Just go down, yeah.
So you hit a couple of the books,
like unconscious, and then
and the rest of the books like mass and like come after you specifically. And you're like, ah! You like drops to the ground again. Ridiculous.
you were running around the
probably is-
library with a cloud of
Probably
books
pretty. He's
following
probably
him.
pretty angry though, because he's like,
Yeah, I imagine.
I mean, he was unconscious. He woke up,
Got
took out a
knocked
bunch of books,
Right.
and now he's unconscious again.
Yeah, unconscious again. All right,
The ones being
Probably a lot of anger.
Moss, it
all
is
his
your
dark
turn.
side of energy coming up.
So if you want to keep that effect up, you'll need to basically retain your produce flame. But if you do
Yeah.
a different action, that will get rid of the produce flame. That makes sense.
Yeah, I figured, but I gotta talk to my hat. Come on, hat! We've been through so much together. What are you doing right
Okay.
now?
Do you want to try to like rest it off with strength, or do you want to try to persuade it?
Persuade it.
Cool. I will give you advantage.
Remember
It's your hat,
time
man.
that I climbed out over the mountain and you were there, you almost fell, but I was worried about you, so I got you back. You remember that?
I do remember that. There was the first
15 minus 2, so 13.
13. That's enough. It is kind of like restless and like moving around. It's definitely still animate, but you can get it to come up off the top of your head. Yeah,
Come on. There we go. That's good.
Pat, pat.
Huh?
dancing around.
Yeah.
Okay, that's your action. Do you want to move?
Yeah, I'll move towards Theodûir.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
You can
because
head
now
over there.
I can see that he's down. It's like, dude, what the
Yeah,
heck happened?
Your fire also goes out. And you see
Yeah.
the books kind of like reacts to that, like, ooh.
Another target.
Okay, the wand is down. Jrmi, it is your turn. You are on fire.
cool.
On
That's
fire.
alright. I'm just gonna.
Little stealthy candles.
So I just spent an action putting that out.
It's just an action. Yeah, you can just like, oh God, put it out. Yeah.
No, my dresses! I'll put the fire out.
Okay. Do you want to move or spend a bonus action?
Yeah, I want to spend a bonus action to do healing word.
Cool.
Theodûir. Well,
God
it's
damn
technically on a 60-foot. Okay,
Yeah, it's one target though.
So on you.
Yeah.
So you get 5
What does your healing word look like?
hit points back. I probably like after
Wake
I'm done
up.
screaming about my dresses and I put the fire and everything. I was just like, "Dear, get up! We gotta go do more stuff." It's just like really command. It's not really like,
Yeah.
super
Kind of bossy.
supportive. It's
Yeah.
just sort of like
oh.
bossy, like, "Come on, quit sleeping. We gotta go."
He sits and
We gotta
goes,
go.
Jrmi.
Valqwyn, can you give me a perception check, please?
Yes. Ooh, 9.
Cool. You're on fire.
It's
A
really
candle
hard to
kind of
burn
sneaks away
metal.
from you.
I feel like there's just like a little heat coming through my metal.
Yeah, like, ow. Oh, no. Flame. You take 5 points of fire damage. You'll have to spend an action on your
very
next turn to
mean.
put out this fire. Yeah.
Very mean little things.
And it is your turn now, back at the top of the round. So if you'd like to spend an action to put the fire out, you can.
No, I want to move over to Dwyer
Okay.
and
Cool.
take that wand and aim it at some
Sure.
of them books.
Yeah, do it. Give me, or
A
D20.
lot of books. 18!
Yeah. Take out a bunch of them. There's like
Yeah,
a third of the
so-
books left. Yeah. It's just like unnecessary jump and twist for
Yeah.
some reason. Like,
Like a
you're
little
standing, you
swirl
could
around my
just
head
do
and
it.
Cool.
Yes, there's about a third of the books left. And you also notice that when you move over to them, because you're by Theodûir, they kind of move around you. Like, they're not going to get close to you because you're on fire, right? Like, it's like, oh, good lord, fire is bad. Theodûir, you are conscious again. What would you like to do?
You just heard a very good
I'll get up.
Yeah,
And
So much. That
are you still next to me?
Yeah, I am.
All right, I'm
Think so, yeah.
wand
How
back.
much health do you have?
11.
Me?
Total.
Right now I have 5 hit points.
The total is 11. I have 29.
I have 30.
Total's 11.
You rolled really well for your HP, though.
Yeah.
I'll take the wand
So,
back
yeah,
and
go for it.
Put on my skills of Constitution.
are there still books floating around or no?
Oh yeah, there's like a third of the total swarm is still left. You think
Still-
one more successful check would get rid of them? Yeah.
Okay. Do I see the candles?
Yes.
Anywhere? How many of them are there?
There are 3 that you can tell.
3.
yeah.
We've already been impacted by 2.
Hmm.
fucking candles, man.
But this wand is specifically like a dispel magic wand.
I mean, it would still work on the candles. Like the candles are magic; they're floating around. Yeah.
Interesting. Okay. But you picked up that other wand, but we dispelled it.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
it's in my backpack.
Now it's just
It's just a stick now, but I think I can bring it back.
It's a very pretty stick.
Yeah, it's a white.
You can spend a bonus action to do an Arcana check, Theodûir, and see if it is dead or what the situation with it is. Oh no, I suppose you already spent your bonus action. You stood up and took the wand.
Yeah.
So
So
Yeah.
I'll just point it at the books, and I will.
go for it. Give me another d20 roll, please.
Expecto Patronum.
I rolled a 9.
9 will not do it. So you're kind of zapping it around, but the books are kind of dodging and twisting away. You do not want to be dispelled.
Mine was way cooler. Sorry.
Okay. It is the book's turn. They are severely reduced in number, so they can no longer target everybody. They can only target 2 people, and they will not target Val because Val is on fire. So they're going to target Moss, and you lucked out, Theo. They're going to target Jrmi. Okay, so they're coming in. That's a miss on Moss and a miss on Jrmi. Since you guys are still kind of close to Val, they're just sort of hedging their bets. They don't really want to get too close, kind of whipping around. Okay, Moss, it is your turn.
I'm gonna put Val out.
Thank you.
Okay, you go over.
No, Druid Craft. I don't know if that's an action or not. Might be a bonus.
I think it is. Yeah.
If it's a bonus action, I can just zap that off and actually have a turn. Give me a second. Druid Craft is instantaneous, 1 action. So yeah.
Yeah, it's an action.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's a cool way to put it out instead of just patting it out. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like a monster probably like, hey Val, I don't know if you know this, but you're on fire.
I noticed that. I
Okay,
don't know what to do about it.
Well, okay.
You're saying I don't know what to do about it.
Thank you.
Right.
So Moss
No
will just
longer
go
on
like, snap his fingers and it just goes away.
Poof. Awesome. Okay. Let's see. It's Jrmi. It is your turn.
Oh god, it's so dirty.
All right, where are them candles at?
Oh,
Where the
I'm sorry.
candles
And
at?
can I, as my bonus action, passive perception? Nat 1.
What are you looking for?
Nat
Oh,
soap.
the soap.
So,
Yeah.
I
No.
got Nat 1, so
No
he's
idea.
probably like, man, those critters are really active today in that backpack.
Perfect. Let's see. Jrmi, it is your turn.
So
Who has the real quick? Sorry. Who has the highest passive perception of the party?
13?
Be 10 plus your perception bonus.
11.
Yeah, no, mine's only 11.
I have a 13.
Yeah, we have 13.
Okay. So you don't notice Moss, obviously, because you roll for it. But Val, there's some suds coming out of the side of Moss's bag that you notice when he comes over to put the fire out on you. You're like, you kind of
As you
see
put that,
bubbles.
I'm just like, wait.
Hold on. Yeah. All right. Sorry, Jrmi, it's your turn. What are you doing?
So the things in this room, are they technically considered creatures?
Yes.
Cool. I'm gonna try shatter.
Ooh, yeah.
Okay.
Right.
Cool. Are you going after the books? The candles?
Oh yeah, there are still some books flying.
I mean, it's a 60-foot range.
You hit everything in there?
Hold on.
I don't think it's
No,
everything in a
each creature
60-foot
in a 10-foot
range.
radius. I'm going after those candles. As many of them
Okay,
as I can
cool.
get.
The candles are like conspicuously all like gathered together, like they're conspiring before they go out again. So they're like perfectly arranged for you to like blast them.
Those
Yeah.
candles. So they have to make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. They fail. Roll a 3.
Ooh.
Yeah. Buddy, they're obliterated. They're candles.
Well, damage.
Yeah.
They just explode.
Blown to wax. Like all the in a second before it happens, like all the fires go out, and then they're all just
Yes.
obliterated. Yeah.
They don't start more fires by being obliterated, right? Like their flames.
No,
are
no.
extinguished.
The flames go out first,
As
and then the wax
they-
explodes. Yeah.
Great.
Again, like if they could like be cackling before it happens, they're kind of like bobbing up and down. And that again, they're made out of objects. You get the sense that they're cackling, and then they explode.
Those candles are mocking me, and I just know it.
All right. It would normally be the candle's turn, but the candles were obliterated.
Just
They
exploded.
just go.
Wand, it is your turn. Wand. Val, it is your turn.
Wand.
One.
Yo,
Your name is not Wand. Your
Wand.
name is Val.
Yeah.
Wand. Val, it is your turn. What would you like to do?
Called the 4 wands.
The 4 wands.
4
I'm
pink
gonna
wands.
grab that Dispel Magic wand and go after those.
Give it to me. I like that you guys are just like slapping it back and forth.
One.
Give me it.
You failed, Weir. Oh, 16.
Yes, you can sweep it across the rest of the group, and the books boom, boom,
I'm
boom,
gonna
boom,
look
boom,
him in
boom,
the face
fall
and
to
grab
the
it and
ground.
go, Beezord.
Why are you so mean to me? Don't understand.
You're so fragile. Why are you so
I've been hit
Wonderful.
unconscious 3 times in this encounter.
Val's really good at magic.
You're really critiquing
Yeah.
my skills right now while I'm getting
Yeah.
knocked unconscious over and over again?
Where I just took out 2/3
How does that
of
work
these
if he's
books.
knocked unconscious with a ghost inside of him? Does the ghost die?
Oh yeah, he would have like been expelled, I think.
Yeah.
A long time ago.
Theodûir. But he can go back in if you want him to. That's fine. We'll address that problem when we come back after our next break, because it's
There
break
we
time.
go.
Hey.
Casimir takes that hit, right? He staggers back, he makes that noise. And you can definitely see that not only does he have a forked tongue and even like sharp teeth, but that his whole mouth almost unhinges, like too wide, right?
Gross.
The adventure begins on the 10th of Harvest Home, 929 of Kairosh's Third Age. This is episode 30, Sisters of Steel.
When last we left our heroes, they had just dismissed the handful of the flock of books that was attacking them in the library of Lady Evectra de Glacenet. And now they are holding on to this weird, disenchanted wand and trying to figure out where it came from and what's going on with it.
Yeah.
So, what do you guys want to do?
I mean, we still have some other rooms to go to, right?
You do have 2 more rooms. That's true.
Let's just go ask that guy about the wand.
I want to see that wand you put it in your bag, though.
Will you give it back to me, Dwyer?
Why do you get all the stuff?
Yeah, it seems like you are taking a lot of
Yeah,
things.
you're taking a
Just
lot
'cause
of
you have
stuff.
I
A
just
level
picked
in
it
every
up.
class doesn't mean you get every item.
I didn't mean to pry, but it does seem like you're taking rather a lot of the stuff.
Yeah.
So, is all I
I feel
mean.
like every adventure you come home with something.
Like every
All I got was this cool comb, but I had to pay for it.
Dwyer, you're the one that
All
had
I got
the
was
stick.
I got a pterodactyl. That's
You
pretty
got
cool.
a pterodactyl.
You got a web stick as well, yeah.
And a cobweb wand.
And a
Do you take
cobweb
back
wand.
the disenchanting wand? Because I'm
Hey.
still holding it.
That's pretty cool.
Really?
Sure, yeah.
Are you taking
I
it
wasn't
back as
talking
you
about that
asked?
one. No, I was talking about the one in your bag.
The stick.
Yeah, the stick, the undone stick. All right,
We
I pull
all
it out.
saw it. Yes.
Yeah,
that,
I'm
the
holding
one.
both now. I have a black one with gold, and then I have a white one with silver.
Silver, yep.
Where's the
Can
bronze
I-
one?
May I look at them?
Give me this one back. I like it.
As
It's pretty.
someone who
Is Tandavar possessing you again, buddy, or not?
I'm okay with him possessing me.
Okay.
Please tell
So
me
if he-
everyone here has seen Venture
if he
Brothers.
left-
Yes.
Yeah, thank you.
I
The like Abraham
have.
Lincoln one. So good.
Oh, maybe I haven't seen that one.
He knew, like, Theo didn't even know what he was saying yes to in the beginning, but, like, he didn't really hate it while it was going on, so
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
I don't think he really fought it. Like, if the professor even
Yeah.
asked him, you know what I mean? It was just like,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah.
All
I
of
technically did not give you consent, but I'm fine with it.
Yeah. Right.
Let's see your. Did you want to make a check on that wand?
I would love to. Can I see it? Or are you going to let me look at it?
Fine.
Thank you.
Cool. Arcana with advantage.
Arcana?
With it.
With advantage.
Advantage. Yeah.
Because of the ghost.
Oh yeah.
So that's a 22.
Okay, wow. So there's a lot you learn actually about this wand. It is a wand of animated objects, but it's unusual in that it has been animated itself. That way it can sort of fly around and continue to use the spell. It has basically a very large charge pool in the sense that it renews its how many times it can do it very frequently. And that is an indication to you that it is extremely high level. That this is not the kind of thing that you could buy in a store or that you could like get, you know, an average hedge wizard. Like it would have to be a high level, like at least casting a, as far as your class and your curriculum is concerned, a 9th level spell, which is the highest level of spell. Yeah, is at least a level of the caster that would have to make this. Way too powerful for anyone you've ever met. More powerful than Tandavar could cast.
When I hold it, do I feel like any differently? Is there like...
It's unenchanted. It's like inert right now, so you don't feel anything in particular, but you can look at it and knowing what you know about Arcana, what Tandavar will tell you. Because it has had Dispel Magic cast on it, you think it will be inert for some time, but it could be basically restored with a ritual.
Is there... Can I maybe do a history check on this wand? Maybe?
Sure. Yeah, go
If you
for
know
it.
what I'm getting at? I don't know.
Yeah, go for it.
Do I get advantage on that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Oh, get that advantage.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Man, that one loves you.
22 again.
Okay. So let's say, hypothetically, that Theodûir's been doing some research, and Tandivar certainly has been doing some research. There are markings on this wand that are very unusual to you and very familiar after looking at them. It's obviously like arcane script, but it's almost like the arcane handwriting, like the person who made it or carved it. Yeah. You've seen that writing before. You're not 100% sure, but you feel confident that this wand was made by Al-Razim.
Oh.
That's what Cody was thinking. Yeah, man. Oh,
But you also don't think it's very old. You think it's relatively recently made.
So this is what Theodûir thinks, though.
Mm-hmm. And Tandivar can confirm, you've seen this before. You remember when we were doing that research, and he's
yes,
kind of corroborating with you.
Yes, it's adding up.
It all makes sense.
Wait a minute. Is this?
Could it be?
Is this his wand? Maybe you guys hear me say that. Is this his wand?
Whose wand?
You're hearing one half of the conversation.
Yeah. Uh-huh. We think it is. This is the Lich's wand himself.
Yeah. Well, I found it. I'm keeping it.
You don't get to keep a magic.
Well, I'm afraid. So Theodûir, if you try to take it, you feel your body suddenly resist you, Theodûir, and he you feel like the professor kind of exert control.
Oh, he's holding it,
holding it, keeping it from Val,
and Val's pulling it, Theo, let go.
I'm not touching it yet. No, I'm just I still have the other one in my hand. I'm just you're giving it back. That's mine. I found it.
It's absolutely, and he starts to speak through Theodûir's mouth. It's absolutely not yours, Valqwyn Crizera.
What are you gonna do about it, Theo?
What am I'm not doing it. What am I doing?
You see that through Theo's face, the ghost partially comes out, just the head and shoulders. And Theo, you're in this weird your soul is coming out of you. And Tandivar looks at you and this is not a joking matter, Valqwyn. This is a very powerful item. It is an important artifact in our search for the Lich himself. You will relinquish it back when we get to the school.
Can I keep it?
Do you understand me? You may hold on to it for the time being, but it will be retrieved. What is going on with Moss's backpack? And he points towards Moss's backpack, and there's just suds pouring out of it.
Just a horrible scream as it turns around. It looks like a dishwasher that opens up and just billowing out.
Suds pouring out.
He does arms in there, just yeah!
My frogs! My rocks!
What are you gonna do about your backpack, buddy?
My new monster manual.
It's all soaked and ruined.
It's completely spotless.
My man witch. Perfect. Cool. Your bag is full of soapy water.
Yeah, soap. The suds comes out. Moss is screaming. The soap probably slithers out, along with
Escapes.
a couple frogs, a snake, a menagerie of rocks.
Oh my god.
Does that the soapy water get on Moss?
I imagine a little bit of it splashes on your toes and stuff.
Yeah. And his face looks like this face from Adventure Time, where the ocean touches his face. Which, any viewers, if you don't know what I'm talking about, look up Adventure Time ocean face. It should come up exactly what you're looking for.
Ocean face.
Yep. Ocean face.
Does he start burning because of the clean water that touches him?
No.
I just want to know if he's a witch.
So he'll never
technically,
he's a druid. Basically, he's a witch.
Yeah, he is, actually, yeah.
So the ghost will suck itself back inside of you again, Theodûir. It's a supremely unpleasant feeling.
I'm not done with you yet, Professor.
Moss is screaming in the background, "Who put soap in my bag?"
What do you guys want to do?
I want to put the wand back in my backpack.
Cool.
And I go, I'm the one that saved that freaking phylactery thing. You're welcome.
Once again, Theodûir, you feel your mouth moving. Your contributions are noted, Valqwyn.
Someday when I'm super powerful, can I have it back?
Probably not.
Probably not.
Damn.
All right, what do you guys want to do?
When I'm even more powerful, do I get it then?
Right. Not making a good case for yourself.
You can see all your darkness erased. No,
right.
No.
When I cover all the land in a second darkness, can I have it then?
Yeah.
What do you guys want to do? What's the plan? You stand in this library. There's soap everywhere. There's a bar of soap swirling around.
All of that conversation.
Wait a minute. Where's Jrmi?
You're going.
Where are you, Jrmi? What's going
I
on?
want to have already left like halfway through this
Oh.
conversation, just like bored
Jrmi's
and
gone.
mad that no one's listening to me. Like, fine, I'll go do another room and get my own cool stuff.
You guys find Jrmi's dead bot. No, I'm joking.
Hanging from.
Strength.
First, you just see pink skirt, and then you look up. It's just Jrmi.
Oh,
with his
God.
arm out.
Okay, there are 2 rooms left: the dining room and the den. Where do you want to go?
I think we should go check out what them bears at.
Oh, I
Where
bet
them
you
bears
do want to go check out where the bear's at.
Where them bears at?
The den is covered in Chicago Bears paraphernalia. No, I'm joking. Although that would be where you would keep it if you had that kind of paraphernalia.
Moss is like
Let's
lurking.
see.
Moss is now at the back, and he's like, arms folded, eyes narrowed. Which one of you did it?
All right. Oh, do I not? Oh, no. Okay, so it's not here. Oh, here it is. Yes. Okay.
Into the next room.
Yeah.
All right, so you guys can head towards the den. This chamber might once have been cozy, but has taken a nightmarish turn. A rectangular chamber that overlooks the mansion's gardens through a pair of wide bay windows. It appears to be a den or a study with comfy chairs, lush furnishings, and a roaring fireplace.
Oh no.
You know immediately, however, that this room is the source of that discordant harpsichord music you could hear ringing through the house. The animated instrument sits in one corner, playing itself maniacally and filling the room with crazed and sinister music. 2 chairs and an ottoman react to your entrance and go galloping towards you. 3 fire pokers have taken flight, swooping about the room and knocking things from shelves. The fireplace, you notice with horror, is also alive, its hatch opening and closing like a set of hungry jaws.
Yeesh.
Initiative, please.
16.
Everybody here knows what a harpsichord is, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Oh, someone crit.
Yeah, my initiative.
Nice.
Rolled
How'd we
real
do?
Well.
23.
23.
11.
Okay.
16.
11.
Yeah.
I got 18.
Oh, wow, okay.
Man.
Val,
I wanted to go first.
Moss. Okay. What did you get, Theo?
11.
11, okay. All right. The harpsichord is playing over there like crazy. But Jrmi, you are up first. See these chairs and the ottoman are kind of hustling towards you, and the fire pokers have taken off and are smashing things.
Can I try and do like an acrobatics to jump on one of the ottomans and ride it around?
Yes, absolutely you can.
So,
I will actually give you advantage on this for secret reasons.
22.
Yes, cool. What does this look like? You like a handspring? What is this? What does
I
this
maybe
move?
I kind of like the idea that I did probably leave the room a little earlier, so like
Sure,
maybe
yeah.
I like see the den. Maybe I take some rope out of my bag and like I see one of them, so then I like lasso under it.
Cool.
Like jump on it.
And it actually is like really compliant. It doesn't fight you at all. So you can get on it and it will just like scoop you up and kind of start hustling you around.
that's awesome.
Great time.
You're right.
Cool.
Enter
Val, it is
fucking
your turn.
Woo!
So Jeremy's riding around on the ottoman. There are 2 chairs and 3 fire pokers.
Are the chairs coming at us or just kind of around?
Yes, they're galloping towards you. Yeah, the ottoman was doing the same thing too. Yeah.
Cool. Dual attack on the one closest to me, whichever.
Cool, yeah. You can get both of them if you want.
First one does not hit. Nope, I hit neither.
Well, it's strange because they're chairs, so like what are you aiming for? You're like, what the you like maybe like cut some of their stuffing, but it doesn't do anything, right? You're like, I don't know how to
make them a little tidier. There's some strings that I like lop off.
Yeah, like
oh, thanks.
the upholstery is a little loose. Yeah.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Moss, it is your turn. You guys did really well on initiative.
I'm going to cast Flaming Sphere.
Ooh, yeah.
Cool.
In the middle of the room near the most expensive looking things.
Oh, no.
Because I'm salty.
You want to
as
try to
hell.
get the chairs in it, or just trying to cause destruction?
Yes.
Which one?
Chairs, probably.
Chairs. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
They're pretty expensive.
Awesome. So that's if they end their turn there, or they start their turn there.
Oh, I forgot. I still have the wand, guys. If anybody wants.
Yes, the wand also exists.
Yeah.
A 5-foot diameter sphere of fire appears in an unoccupied space of your choice within range and lasts for the duration. Any creature that ends its turn within 5 feet of the sphere must make a dex save.
Okay,
The
got
creature
it.
takes 2d6 fire damage. Failed.
Sweet. All right, so the chairs are going to go galloping over, and they're going to scoop up the first two people that they find, and that's Val and Theo. So I need dexterity saves from the two of you guys as these chairs try to, like,
on, baby.
knock you into them.
15.
15?
Ooh, that's a good roll. 18, yes.
Okay, cool. So they gallop over, and they try to knock you into them, but they can't manage it. You guys are kind of dodging away and don't get scooped. In their attempt to do so, however, they end up stopping right next to the flaming sphere, and they both failed their dexterity saves. So what is the damage, Moss?
11.
Ooh, yeah.
Oof. Nice. That is no good. The chairs do not like.
While they burn, Moss is like, I can't have nice things. No one gets to have any.
Yeah, absolutely. They both just go up in flames and are just, like, licking. Like, it doesn't seem like they're basically burned to a crisp. Like, the legs are still kind of moving around, but they did not have a lot of, like, substance to them. Jrmi, you are on the Ottoman, and you're riding the Ottoman, and you're having a good time, and then you realize the Ottoman has moved immediately next to the fireplace and is going to try to buck you off into the open fire. So can I get a dexterity save, please,
Jrmi?
Jrmi?
Coming as soon as I was like, oh, cool, yeah.
It's
okay with me doing this. Great. 15.
Cool, yeah, you can keep your seat, and it's like trying to buck you into the thing. Yeah, and you're just steering it around. Okay, Theo, it is your turn.
Okay, I have a quick question. I feel like we learned this already, but I forgot. The wand, the white wand in the backpack, that's pretty much, like, dispelled?
It's
like,
dispelled right
Yes,
now.
for the time
But
being,
it's not
that one
the
does
other
not
one,
work anymore, yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, I'll take it from you if you don't mind. And I'll just try to cast it at... I'll cast it at the floating chair.
So the chairs are obliterated. There's the Ottoman that she's sitting on, and then there's 3 fire pokers. They haven't gone yet. They're kind of heading towards you guys.
Fire pokers, right? Okay.
And the fireplace.
Yeah. Fireplace too, and the harpsichord, but the harpsichord's not really attacking you. It's just being
maniacal in the corner.
Attacking our
Yeah.
ears. Yeah, I guess I'll shoot him at the fire pokers then.
Cool. Yeah, go for it.
Okay.
Give me that check.
Or one of them. Is there more than one? Are they kind
There's 3.
There's 3.
Yeah.
So I'll pick one.
Yeah, whichever one.
Closest
One of them.
one.
Fire poker number 1.
Oh, no, I rolled a 2.
No, you zap something, and I don't know what other random thing in the room that you hit instead, and knock it off of the shelf.
It's like a
a
picture
vase.
that falls off the wall.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so above the fireplace on the mantle, there are a bunch of little framed pictures. They are all pictures of, like, a little horrible perfumed dog, like a little white lap dog. Every single picture. And you start to realize every picture you've seen in this place has been a picture of a dog. Of a little stupid fluffy white dog with bows and shit. Okay, the poker's turn. So they're going to come swooping in. There's going to be one against Moss. I don't think so. Your AC is pretty low, 14.
Oh, yeah, easy.
Okay, cool. A 20 will hit Valqwyn, and a 14 will not hit Theo. You have that 16 AC. Yes. The pokers do, let's see, it's 6 piercing damage to you, Moss, and only 4 piercing damage to you, Val. But they're, like, kind of jabbing at you. Okay, cool. That's them. Top of the round with Jrmi. You're still riding your Ottoman, but it's, like, desperately trying to get you to go into the fireplace.
I want to try and pacify it somehow. But
Animal handling would work for me.
Okay.
Nice.
Oh, 15?
Ooh.
Okay. Yeah, you can get it to calm down. What does this look like? How do you calm this
So, like, I've got
galloping
the rope
Ottoman?
underneath it, and I'm, like, riding it, and I'm probably just like, yeah, we can do it, Goldie. I don't know.
We're not doing anything, just running around.
Yeah, I was like, see how cool we are as a team. And I'm, like, steering it away from the fire and, like, trying to, like, encourage it and being cool and not killing me.
So, like, you can steer it away from the fireplace, and then you have to steer it away from the flaming sphere, right? That's like, okay, no. It's like a lot of fire in the room right now.
You don't put me in the fire.
Perfect.
And
okay,
I
that's your
want to give
action.
bardic inspiration to Theo.
Theo. Cool. All right. It's your move would be to basically is staying on the thing as it's riding around, so you're good. Valqwyn, it is your turn. There's a fire poker poking you.
Is yeah, I'm gonna do a dual attack. Oh yeah. 23.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna use my inspiration on the second one. Yeah. Ooh, can I attack both of them? Are they both close to me, or just the one?
You could move and hit both of them. Yeah.
Got it. Oh, yeah, cool. All right, so it is 23 on the first one, 25 on the second one.
Well, yeah, if you use your inspiration, you have... Using inspiration or the automatic nat 20? Which one?
Inspo.
Because you have both.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Boom.
Yeah, you're good. All right, damage.
First one is 7. Second one's 5.
Okay, cool. Similarly, as with the two paddles, you cut one of these iron pokers in half, but the poking part is still coming at you. The other one, you kind of twang. Awesome. Sounds good. All right. Oh, yeah, interesting. Let's do a little retroactive stuff. So if the pokers, at least one of them, one that was attacking you, would be next to the flaming sphere. So I'm going to roll a dex save for it. And it does succeed, but it still takes half damage. Is that right?
Correct.
Moss? So, Val, I will make this option to you. If you want to move and attack both, then you would be next to the flaming sphere at the end of your turn as well. Does that work for you, or do you want to retract your second attack?
I would be next to it, or I'd be like...
You'd be next to it, so you have to make a dex save to avoid taking full damage. Yeah. You can't move next to both of them without moving next to the flaming sphere as well.
I'll just do the first attack then. Would
Okay.
both of my
I mean, you could put both attacks on the same one if you want.
Okay, yeah, I'll do that.
Cool. That would destroy it. Nice work. How much damage does the other one take then?
9 divided by...
Oof.
8.
Yeah, that's brutal. Okay, cool. It is looking hurt. Yeah, these pokers are not very substantive.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Which is funny
Sorry
because
about
it's a
that.
fire poker going into fire. So.
Yeah, you'd think it would be immune to fire.
Like melted,
But it's like magical flame, right? Flaming sphere is more intense than regular fire.
Yeah.
Cool. Moss, it is your turn.
Moss moves the flaming sphere over to the harpsichord.
Yeah, burn that shit. Absolutely. The harpsichord goes up in flames and has this like horrible, like it's still playing as it's burning. So it's just like way more horrible discordant sound. It's
How much was even this expensive stuff?
Moss probably sees it go up in flames and he's like, ooh.
but that's not an action to move it, is it?
Yeah, it's a bonus action.
yeah.
Cool,
As
you
my
still got
action,
your
I'll
action.
kill the flaming sphere after the harpsichord.
It's destroyed.
Okay, cool.
I like
Does
the
it-
idea that
oh, shit.
you look back at us and we're all just staring at you.
Yeah, just in a row, just like...
Like everyone, like not
Yeah.
even like the
Even the
fire
Ottomans.
The
It's
ghosts
like-
just come out of you a little bit to like stare, right?
Yeah.
It looks like all the pictures of the dog are staring at him, too.
The poker's like stop, like what the fuck, man?
Moss probably
like
turns around and is like,
overkill.
I realized I was a bit upset, but that was overkill.
Still playing, still smoldering.
Yeah.
Chairs are destroyed. Theo, it is your turn. Oh, excuse me. No, Ottoman is still, because it's still charmed by you. You just have to keep making those rolls until you fail, and then it will try to pitch you in the fire. Okay, Theo, it is your turn.
Okay. Do I still have the wand?
Yes, you do.
Not the Ottoman, because you seem to have that under control.
We're having a good time.
Yeah, I'll continue to aim at a fire poker and try to...
Cool. Yeah, there are two left. One of them is
Yeah.
damaged, and one of them is not damaged.
I'll do the one that's not damaged, I guess.
Go for it.
Yeah.
Tactics.
Ooh, 17.
That'll do. Yep. Clang, 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 clang. Inert. Nice work. All right, the one remaining fire poker will go for Moss. Hiya! Ooh, that's a crit.
Oh
my gosh.
no!
Oh, Moss,
it.
you take 14 damage.
Ooh.
So you just like torch the harpsichord and you're standing there like, oh god, and you get stabbed in the back with this fire poker.
Get stuck in the butt.
Probably stabbed pretty dang good, because
Yeah.
Yeah, that's bad.
They've done some damage to me here, so.
Yes, you definitely have. All right, Jrmi, it is your turn.
First of all, Shadowrunner says harpsichord playing Great Balls of Fire.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, horrible.
And
Perfect.
it's on fire.
Yeah,
Yeah.
A flaming sphere. This is a great ball of fire.
it is a great ball fire. That's true.
Oh boy.
Goodness gracious.
Okay, so I have to make some sort of check to continue.
Yeah, animal handling to keep it, because it's not really like it's still actively trying to hurt you, right? But you're like just keeping it from pitching you in, basically. Yeah.
Yeah. It's
Right.
kind of fun to like hang out with it. Okay. 10.
Okay. Yeah, you got it for now. You can feel that you don't have great control over it, that it's like kind of bucking you and like it's not going to pitch you in yet because you're still steering it, but it's a tenuous thing. that's your action. Do you have a bonus action?
I mean, how's everyone's health?
Moss is a little scraped up, I know.
Yeah, Moss just got like essentially pierced through.
Yeah,
by
got gored by a fire
Yeah.
poker.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm always
I'll
on
throw a
the
healing
verge of
word
death.
There's only so much I can do
Yeah.
for you. I'll do a healing word for Moss. Be like, oh, no, Moss, you can't let him get you like that. It's gonna be okay. And you get 4 health.
It's gonna be okay.
Healing word,
How do you only
1d4.
D4,
Did you roll a
that's
1?
bonus.
Yep.
You only get 2?
You get 3.
Plus 3,
Oh,
but you rolled a
yeah.
1.
Math is hard.
Math is hard.
We know that.
All right, that's Jrmi. Val, it is your turn. There is 1 fire poker left, and it is damaged. And then there's also the fireplace and the ottoman. But
I'm gonna grab the wand and try to hit the fireplace.
okay, cool. Pull it from Theodûir.
Nope.
No,
There's nothing.
incredible because it's totally stationary. So how did you miss? Awesome.
I don't know.
You like sweep all the pictures of the dog off the mantle, right? Like just ruined.
Oh.
Oh, Moss, it is your turn now, my friend.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean. I got it. Moss is just sheepish now. He's like, oh man, I really messed up because I didn't mean to do that.
He feels so bad now.
It's all these power spells just like
Agent of Chaos.
whoops.
Listen, we all hated how smelly his backpack was. I did us all a
You
favor.
weren't right, but you weren't wrong.
Okay, I'm rolling a perception check on that one to see
Yeah,
if I
go
can
for
hear
it.
say this. 16.
Ooh.
Can I roll a
Yeah, you
spell
hear it.
check?
Oh,
Can
yeah.
I try to like
Whisper.
hide my words or something?
It was you!
What? Listen, boss, listen.
Moss, listen. Don't do anything crazy. He's like standing there, the harpsichord like burning behind him, and he turns. It was you.
It was you.
Like one
Moss
clean
is
streak
actually
on
he's
his
gonna
face.
turn around. I'm gonna tackle him to the ground.
Great. Give me a grapple attempt. Yeah, you guys roll opposed strength athletics.
Opposed strengths.
Yeah.
Okay. I got a -2 to my strength.
I got a 0 and I rolled a 6.
Well, I rolled a 2 and I get a -2. So. Oh!
Theodûir goes to the ground.
Theodûir, he goes down like a sack of potatoes, but it's not pretty on either front. Like,
Right, yeah. It was not a graceful tackle.
And
Yeah.
there was not a grace. There was not even strength. It was just
The
like
wand goes flying from my hands. It's
I
like,
have the wand.
my
Oh,
footing
you
was
have the wand.
terrible. I just like pounce on him. He's just like down immediately. And now I'm just like, and now we're just like slapping, just a slap fight on the ground. Like, ah!
Like you almost wonder for a second if you're gonna go unconscious, Theodûir, because like you're just so used to it, right? Like oh, not again. But you're still
no.
just like,
Ah!
Will this be the last time? Will I finally die?
will I finally die?
Oh my god.
So
Finally.
Moss is probably just like yelling, just horrifically mean things to you about his backpack.
Is it accidentally a word? Because that'd be
Theo, so it's your turn.
Hilarious.
I already
Um,
used my bonus, but I was going to.
Before you act, Tandivar's face like pierces out of your face. Is looking right at you, Moss. Moss, this is most inappropriate. Release us at once. But
You don't
can't
even
do
live
anything.
here!
Literally getting in the middle of our issues.
Right.
You were in on it the whole time!
All right, that's true. He would have known. Theo, it's your turn. What do you want to do?
I just love the image. Hold
Still,
on. We
we're
have
still grappled though.
her
right?
on an ottoman. The pictures just got flown off, and Moss
Yeah.
just goes.
You just tackled him, like the ghost face coming out of Theo's face. Horrible. So yes, you are still grappled. You can, as an action, make an athletics or an acrobatics check to escape from the grapple, if you'd like.
Not super feasible. Acrobatics I could maybe do. But
Yeah.
Try this
Squirm
one. This
out
one
of
loves
there.
you.
Yeah, well, okay. But you have the wand. I'm not within one. There's still a fire poker out there, right?
There
Just,
is,
like,
and,
around,
the
like-
fireplace.
We still have priority.
and
out
still
there.
an ottoman, right? And still,
Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm in the middle of this though, so I'll try to do. Yeah, I'm gonna try to acrobatics my way out of there.
Okay. Yeah. Roll an opposed athletics, Moss.
Athletics or acrobatics?
You have to do strength if you're trying to hold him. Yeah.
God.
God. I rolled a natural 1.
I rolled a 5.
It's the dumbest wrestling match of all time.
It's just, it's like in our minds, we're going at it. And on the outside, it's just like we're just wallowing around on the ground. Neither one of us should still even be on the ground.
Right. Insane. So that's your action. And you can't move because you're
It's the worst
grappled.
UFC match ever.
It's like they're kind of flopping and like push the other.
Yeah. Someone's butt is really like undignified in the air, right? Like it looks
Oh, you
horrible.
know it's Moss's.
It's Moss's butt for sure.
Obviously.
Okay,
Wait, hold on. Is his hat still animate? Because we never dispelled
his hat
it,
is
did
still
we?
animate. Yep.
So it's
like
still just, like,
crawling around. Yeah, like crawling on Theo and like yeah. Insane.
Can't even see sometimes.
Unless you have a bonus action, Theo, I think that's
like
your turn,
helping
buddy.
the tag and get to your face.
My bonus action is save yourselves. You must run.
He's gone feral. We all knew this day would come.
Moss's turn.
I'm crying. It's so good.
So the fire poker goes over it, like looks like it's gonna try to attack you guys, and it's like, I mean, it goes and attacks Val. Like it doesn't know how to get in there. No, it misses you, Val. You can kind of tell it's like distracted. Like what are they doing? As it's like stabbing at you.
Like I don't even know.
Yeah, you and the fire poker are like, what's their fucking problem? I don't understand. Jrmi, it's your turn.
Oh my god. All right.
So you still have control over the ottoman, but it's kind of a flaccid grip.
Tenuous.
Yeah, tenuous grip.
Yeah.
Flaccid.
A flaccid grip.
There's probably no way I can like ride the ottoman over to get the wand, is there?
You could try. Yeah, sure. Go for it.
As a move, because then I want to use the wand.
Yeah, uh-huh. So give me animal handling. We'll say this is your bonus action.
I loved you, Ottoman.
17.
Cool, yep. Ba-da-bum, ba-da-bum,
Me
ba-da-bum,
and I
ba-da-bum.
have this agreement. I'm just like, come on, man. We need to get this
Yeah.
wand away from
It's
me.
kind of like browbeating at this point, like, fine, whatever. Like, I'll go over here. It doesn't, like, very kind of dejected.
As I'm standing there with just like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
So like, I like cool, like, grab the wand off of wherever.
Go for it. Yep,
I'm
you got it.
gonna Aim it at the fire.
Cool.
Fire.
18.
You do it. Yes. The fireplace is like chomping and it just closes. Goes back.
Nice.
Guys, that's enough. That's
Nice.
what I'll say.
You're still
Um,
bucking around on the
I just did
ottoman.
this really cool thing, and like they're just fighting. I'm like, guys, that's enough.
And they're just like,
Val, it's your turn. You got this fire poker that's like kind of half-heartedly attacking you. Yeah.
I'm gonna still very confusedly like as I'm looking at it, I'm just kind of like swipe at it.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Go for it.
It's an 18.
Yeah, that's enough. Damage, please.
8 damage.
Yeah, you destroy it, but like not
Just,
looking
like not
at
even
it. like-
looking, just like shink. Oh, right.
falls into pieces. All right. At this point, with the fireplace is closed. The ottoman is still going. I would normally drop out of initiative because we're out of combatants, but like the Moss, like Theo thing's not really resolved. So I feel like we got to stay in initiative for that. Moss, it's your turn. You're still grappling him. What do you want to do?
This is about us now.
Yeah,
Guys
this is
need
about
to work
us.
this out.
Moss is actually, I'm gonna swing at him.
I feel like it's a lot of pent up anger between the two of
Yeah,
them anyway.
Moss is actually gonna he's finally gonna take a swing at Theo right in the
Okay.
face.
This is like an unarmed strike.
Yeah, it's just an unarmed strike.
So it's strength, just a raw strength because you're not proficient with unarmed strikes.
19!
Yeah, that's a hit. It's your strength modifier damage to Theodûir.
It's just my strength modifier?
So it's at least 1 if you don't have anything else. Yeah, but you don't normally roll a d4. Monks do that. So everyone else just does strength mod.
It's 1. I have
1.
0.
Yeah.
Yeah, so 1 point of
One
damage,
point of
Theodûir.
damage.
You're probably,
Where do
I'm
you punch him? What
sweating.
does this look like?
I definitely just like, we're wrestling and it's like,
Really
it's not even
not
a fight
well.
really. And all of a sudden Moss gets like, he gets a clear shot. He's like, it's just, you're such a jerk all the time. Bam! And
Perfect.
he actually slugs him right in the nose, probably bloodies his nose.
There you go.
All right, so Moss, can I get a wisdom save from you, please? Actually, excuse me, a charisma save from you, not wisdom.
Oh God, fuck you.
Sorry.
I got a -2, so 7.
Okay, so Tandivar leaps out of Theo and goes into you and stops you. from punching him again. And you can feel your body goes rigid. Your mouth closes. You don't speak anymore. And you hear him in there. I gave you the only warning you deserve. You will be severely reprimanded for this. This is absolutely against all. He just goes in this long tirade about party above all and codes and this thing and that.
Moss, at this point, Moss is probably in his brain just like reliving all the mean shit that Theodûir said.
Yeah, you're going through the clip show of everything.
Well, basically for Tandavar.
Yeah,
it's just like that. Like it's that culmination of things because, like, you know, you're a kid, you just got all this stuff, and it just comes out, and all of a sudden you just gotta cry. And it's just like he's just like, ah. So
sad. Okay,
yeah, it's
cool.
It's
so you're
pretty
possessed,
actually,
but you're having this like
This episode
kind of show him all your bad memories.
Yeah.
Theo, it's your turn. What would you like to do?
Is
So
Moss
I just
weeping
see
on
him
top of
rigid,
him?
right?
Yeah, he stopped grappling you, and he's like just like rigid, and you see his eyes wide, basically. Yeah.
I don't
You also would have seen Tandavar leave you.
Yeah.
Like you know what happened. You saw it. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think I would do anything, I guess. I would
Okay.
wait until
Would you
he's,
scurry
like,
away?
Frozen. Well, yeah, maybe I'd just move away and like catch my breath.
Okay. Yeah. Bloody nose.
Your nose.
Yeah.
Okay, so at that point, we're gonna drop out of initiative as long as Tandavar keeps you held. So Moss, Tandavar will give me like you can do a persuasion, and I'll give you advantage if you're gonna show him all these memories.
Yeah, well, I don't think he's necessarily. It's not on purpose that he's showing him. It's just like kind of that flood of just
Yeah, but I just want to see how persuasive it
is.
is.
Stuff,
Yeah.
Just all this other crap that Theodûir's put him through because we are best friends, but he's not a very good friend all the time.
Yeah.
So, wow, 19 and 17.
Wow.
Perfect. That's great. So Tandavar's anger kind of cools, and you can feel it. I cannot condone your behavior. This is all in your head, right? I cannot condone this behavior, obviously, Moss, but I understand that you and Master Thomel have some personality issues, and that it seems like you have been on the receiving end of much of his torments. I will see that you are both reprimanded, not just you, Moss. Obviously, you were the aggressor, but it looks like it was the culmination of a long string of unpunished incidences. And then he sort of like comes out of Moss and hovers there and like has the most disappointed dad look on his face. And he's looking at Moss and he's looking at Theodûir and back and forth. Do I have to say anything?
When Moss, like, when he probably finally lets go of all that shit, it's just like, blah, and he's probably just like crying and he's just like, ah,
Just sitting there,
just
like,
like all over the place. So he's probably just spent now.
I'm sorry, I'm
Choke on the word sorry.
I am sorry.
I feel bad.
I cleaned your backpack.
Oh my god.
In the future, I will ask for your permission.
Is the ottoman still going at this point?
Yes.
So Jrmi's not just going down to sit there just like...
Just giggling in the background. I'm not really paying attention.
Like out in the hallway now, up and down the hallway. How do you react to that, Moss?
Fine. And he's like, I'm fine. It's fine.
Nasty,
you know?
like snot squirrel.
Even nastier because like the trail it leaves is a legitimate trail.
Exactly.
It's yellow for some reason.
Yeah.
Gross.
Tandavar will look back and forth. Now, these are matters that must be solved away from the adventure. Do not forget, we are still under contract. We have one more room we must clear. Can we work as a party, or do we all have to go home? Do I have to turn this adventuring party around?
No.
During this whole conversation, I've been like slowly sneaking towards the door.
Weird. Moss will probably like sit there and glare for a minute. Like, party bon bon.
Exactly.
Just a quick little...
That's great. Good. Now. It's like through the door, yeah, we see this prance by. Now,
Fluff, just like
onto the dining room, and he turns and like kind of like haughtily floats out the door. Yeah, and he's gone. What do you guys want to do?
Tears just like, I didn't tell him he could possess me.
What do you want to do?
definitely go into the dining room.
Yeah, follow. Like,
If this was Rick and Morty, we like the end credit scene would be like the sexual harassment trial for Hannibal.
yeah.
Like you'd be explaining like, now where did the ghost enter you, right? Like that would absolutely
Can you
be
show me on the chart?
yeah, that would horrible.
yeah. So Moss probably has like a weird like.
Was it through the mouth?
Cody.
Sit down, Cody.
Moss probably has a weird. Let's get back on topic.
Moss is having a very intimate moment with Theodûir, and Theodûir's being a bitch. Moss will probably mumble something under his breath, very sorry, whatever. Like, trundle out towards the dining room.
He's like,
I assume you follow too, Theodûir.
Yes, I do.
All right. So the last room, the dining room. Let me get it up. Yes. All right. An impressive banquet hall stands before you, capable of seating one question, quick. Are you bringing the ottoman with you, Jrmi?
No, when I see everyone leaving, I'll probably ride the ottoman back in, and then I'll disenchant and be like, okay.
Okay. All right, time to go.
Okay, let's go.
Bye.
as the heart's
So
still smoldering in the corner.
An impressive banquet hall stands before you, capable of seating a dozen or more guests. Each place is immaculately set. Plates, forks, knives, goblets, napkins, none of them an inch out of place. A massive chandelier hangs over the table, each of its many arms sporting a host of candles. In alcoves near each of the chamber's 4 entrances stand suits of armor polished to a mirror sheen. Over the head of the table stands an enormous portrait depicting a perfumed noblewoman, her enormous pink wig, and her pampered white lapdog.
Excellent.
The chamber is eerily still when you enter, and remains so even as you start to explore. What do you guys do?
Hello!
Perception.
Sure, you can do perception. Hello!
7.
17.
19.
17, 19? Okay. Nothing. Totally still. I mean, it looks like, as I described, everything is just kind of hanging out there. Who got the highest of you guys?
19.
I think I did.
19? Okay. So you're walking around, kind of examining, looking at the plates and the glasses, just waiting for them to all lift up and attack you at once, right? Suits of armor, fine. Nothing is jumping out. The portrait is not following you with his eyes like you would expect. All that stuff. Jrmi, you're looking at the portrait, right? Because you were entranced. She has one of those big Marie Antoinette, big, huge, with all the bows. And it's just there's this awful, weird face that's all kind of pinched forward and just has her little dog. And it's just looks very unhappy in the portrait for some reason. And is just, and all of her big frilly dresses and stuff. But Theodûir, you are the only one who notices before it strikes what the thing is. There's a slight, clinking sound. And we're seeing Theodûir from above. And he goes... and looks up, and you see the chandelier has detached and it's swooping down, all of its arms outstretched like an octopus.
Oh God.
So Theodûir, you have one action that you can take before the chandelier lands and does its attack. What do you want to do? Because you saw it coming.
Do an acrobatics check.
Okay, to try to get out of the way.
Yeah.
Cool. Give me acrobatics.
Or can I do an arcana check to try to hold it in the air?
You need to use some kind of a spell, presumably. Oh, okay. I was like,
no, I'll do my first one.
Can I
Cool,
educate it to stay still?
so you don't have advantage on this, just regular.
Can I use my Bard of Inspiration?
Bardic Inspiration is an extra D6, I think, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Then go for it. Sorry, I just saw 2 dice and assumed you were rolling with advantage.
Yeah, I meant to say it and I forgot.
Cool.
But
Go for it.
Hiya.
Oh yeah.
Oh, can't get much higher than that.
It's true.
20.
Much higher than that.
Well,
We could have gotten
23.
3 higher.
I could have got 3 higher. Yeah.
Awesome.
Still got 23.
So explain to me how Theodûir leaps out of the way and looks awesome, but doesn't say anything to his friends.
Doesn't say anything.
Yeah, because you spent your action to jump out of the way, but not to shout.
Not to
right?
say anything.
Yeah. So no, I'm not. Again, I'm just teasing you. The Theodûir's first priority is get myself out of the way. Right.
I thought it was only under me. I guess.
No, it's under everybody. Yeah, it's gonna come down on top of
The
everyone.
giant chandelier.
Oh.
Yeah. That's fine. I'm just teasing you, dude. It's a joke. What does your acrobatics look
That's
like?
weird, but I did think it was only under me.
No, yeah, it's the big one in the middle of the room. Yeah, probably gonna land in the middle of the table, frankly, but it's gonna be able to grab everybody. What does your acrobatics look like?
Well,
Now that you feel like a piece of shit.
shit.
Party above all, huh?
Yeah, it looks really cool.
Theodûir above all, I guess.
I'm sorry.
It's definitely like a
We all see this really cool move, and then we see the chandelier.
Yeah, like what does he do? Oh God!
maybe it's like, you know what I think it is? It's maybe not that I dodge out of the way. I think it's maybe that I jump like through it.
Like you find the spot like a ton of times.
Like ninja through it.
Yeah, sweet, cool. So
And
you do
I'm
that.
on
Maybe
top
you like land on the table or something like
On
that.
top of it, I guess, or something. Or...
Oh yeah, that's cool. So it comes down and it's gonna like crash into the center of the table, and it's this huge thing. So it's got these long like octopus-like arms, and as it's coming down, you see them start to reach out and try to grab at you guys. Theodûir, you have like a Valqwyn-esque slow-mo like spin in the air, and like the glasses are shattering, and there's like broken plates like whizzing by, and you're like jumping up, and you land on top of it in this ninja pose, and it's like lashing out with its tendrils.
Robes.
Absolutely. So it gets to make some attacks against the other three of you guys. It rolls a 13 against Moss. Yes.
Yeah,
Of course.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's an 18 against Valqwyn.
Oh, just hurts.
Ooh, and that's a crit on Jrmi.
Oh,
Awesome.
Even better.
No.
Even better.
Better.
You only take 5 damage, Moss. 5 damage, Valqwyn.
Okay.
Jrmi, you take 12 damage.
Oof.
And you guys basically are, you're not like landed on, it doesn't hit you, but they like wraps around you with this like tines. So you're being squeezed in the like metal arms of the chandelier. It's just like a big,
Grappled?
yeah, and you're grappled. So it's like this big like octopus carnival ride basically grabbing you guys. You also see the candles on the end of it all burst into blue flame.
Oh, my.
All right, and that is, let's roll some initiative. Last combat. A lot of
Thanks
fights
for
in this
warning,
one.
Dwyer.
19.
19, my man.
My man. Another crack.
I got
Oh
a
my
9.
God. I got a 9 too. Your
Okay,
dex
so
is supposed to be-
Moss is first. And then,
Jrmi's
think it's-
first.
oh, Jrmi, I'm sorry, you got a crit. I didn't hear that.
23.
So Jrmi first, then Moss.
Then
Jrmi.
Theo.
Moss. Theo, what did you get?
I got a 9.
9,
I got
okay.
a 9
Well,
too, but his dex is higher.
gotcha. Theo, and then Val. Okay, so Jrmi, you are grappled. You know that if you end your turn in this grapple, you will be basically lit on fire by these candles.
Fun.
Cool.
So what do you want to do?
So to try and move is my action, right?
Yes, to try to escape the grapple would be your action.
Okay. I'll do that.
Cool. Acrobatics or athletics?
Acrobatics. 13?
Yes, you're good. You can. The metal isn't super pliable, so it's kind of easy to like wiggle your way out. Cool. You're out. You have a move and a bonus action. What do you want to do?
I'd like to move very far away.
Okay. Yeah, you can move all the way. You can move as far as you want, but it will provoke an opportunity attack if you move away from it.
Well, I'd like to move as far as I can move without provoking an opportunity.
Yeah, I mean, you'd still be adjacent to it. Yeah. Okay. But you can like flavor-wise put yourself in a defensive position. Moss,
Yes.
what would you like to do?
How would heat metal work on this thing?
Ooh, I would say it would deal fire damage to it. That makes sense.
But we're also grappled, so would we?
Probably, yeah. I would say it's big enough that if you cast it like at the center of the chandelier, it would take a round for it to like get all the way out to the arms. So you would still get some damage in if you want. Up to you. It's a cool idea though. I really like it.
Where I'm standing,
Yeah.
actually.
No,
Yeah,
sure.
I think-
Where Theodûir is standing.
He's still a little bitter.
Yeah.
I think Moss will just I suppose panic, and that's one of the spells I've got prepped. So he'll just like touch the chandelier, like where it's got, just grab it, and shoot some heat through it.
Yeah,
So,
cool. What's the damage?
I've got right here. Heat metal objects, blah blah blah. 2d8 fire damage when you cast a spell. Until the spell ends, you can use a bonus action on each of your subsequent turns to cause the damage again. So,
Okay, yep. Cool.
2d8 fire.
Roll me that fire damage.
9.
Okay, yeah, solid. It starts to glow internally, and the chandelier gets very, very hot. Awesome. Sounds good. That's Moss. That's your action. So you're still grappled. So at the end of your turn, you take 3 fire damage as you catch sort of blue flames on your stinky clothes.
Moss
Chandelier.
does not look good, by the way.
Yeah.
Moss is in a bad way.
Chandelier is going to... Oh, yes, go ahead.
Bonus action. I'm like, when it puts the flames on me, I'll scream a bunch of profanity.
Oh, cool. Yeah. Heal yourself.
And heal myself for 6.
Nice. Yeah, so Theodûir, you're standing up on top of the chandelier, and it tries to reach an arm up, but you can duck underneath it. You're not grabbed. Jrmi, however, is not so lucky. You are grabbed and squeezed for 5. You're grappled again, Jrmi, by one of these arms.
Mean.
Okay, Theodûir, it is your turn.
Right.
It will take a round for the heat metal to get all the way out to you, but you know that next round, if you start your turn where you are, you're going to take some fire damage from the heat metal.
Cool. Yeah. Who has the wand? Is it still Val?
No, I think it's Jrmi, yeah.
Jrmi has it, yeah.
Can I grab it from you?
Yeah, if you're next to me.
You'd have to take your move to get down to Jrmi and take it, but then you could, yep.
Okay. I would like to do that.
Cool, yeah. Boing, boing, you're down. You can grab it.
Boing, boing.
And the chandelier's pretty big, right?
It's huge, yeah.
Should I just point it at the chandelier? Can I just do that? Cast it?
Yep, you can put it right up against the chandelier if you want. It's because it's more a save than it is like an aim thing. So go ahead and roll. Cool.
All right. Ooh, that's a 19.
Yep, perfect. The energy comes from through the wand. The chandelier goes limp. Still super hot, like the heat metal is still affecting it. But yeah, it releases all of you guys and you off the ground. Nice. Awesome. There's like a long pause. You're like, but nothing else jumps out. Yeah.
Is everyone did it like hold everyone? Like,
yeah, it was holding them and then it let them go. So they all like dropped to the ground.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of loosened. Oh.
Yeah. The table is broken in half and like all the dishware is shattered and it's like a horrible destruction in this room. Yeah.
That was the chandelier's fault, though. We didn't do that.
We did not.
Yeah, we
Right.
definitely.
There's like a pause and one of the suits of armor just for no reason tips over. Like, right? Like, yeah. Oh, God.
Yeah.
And it vaporizes. It's like
Yeah.
dust.
Each individual piece of armor animates and comes in a tech. No, I'm joking.
Right.
Awesome.
Well,
What do you guys want to
this
do?
room and come back in, it'll just be restored to how it was before, wasn't it?
Absolutely, yeah.
Totally, that's how it
Can
works.
we load from our last
Can we just
save
load
point?
from before? And then
Load from the previous save. Yeah, there you go. You figured it out. What's the plan?
Can I
Nothing
do an
else
investigation? check?
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah, go for it. What are you looking for?
Well, I don't know, I guess, but I
Anything that
feel
might-
like I eerily feel like we're missing something. I
Right?
guess.
Okay. Yeah, sure. Go
That's
for it.
what Theo thinks, so I'm just gonna see if maybe we are. Oh, wait, I don't need to roll advantage because I'm not possessed.
No, but you can roll. Yeah. Oh, yeah. You're not anymore. You're right. Yeah.
And
just like,
I failed. I failed. So yeah.
Okay.
I failed.
Yeah. You're looking around, picking up stuff. Yeah. It's not possessed. I don't know.
Well, I guess we've done it then.
Yeah.
Job well done.
Sure, you give
No
yourself
one
a high
got
five.
mad at each other. We all did it.
I see.
Moss is in the corner, just like,
Well, there is one question that remains unanswered, but I suppose it will have to be answered another time. How, in all the 9 hells, pardon my my orcish, did Al Razim's wand get here?
I'll put on go with me in this one.
Why don't we just go ask the creepy lady with the dog?
Can I do a history check on the creepy lady's name?
Sure, I was going to have that be the cool dramatic end line, but we can do a history check on the
okay.
the
sorry.
lady. Go for it. Yeah, no, do it. Roll your check. That's fine.
Okay. 16?
Okay, yeah, you're reasonably familiar. Since your family is, noble, you would have gone to Gallus and stuff with her. You probably even met her, frankly, at least once in one of those like, "This is my son." Like you had to like shake her hand, and you've seen, however many thousands of nobles at this point. Lady Evectra de Glossinae is kind of known as being very vain and kind of into frippery and niceties and stuff like that. It doesn't surprise you that she would be the one who would have all these enchanted things because it's like a status, like a wealth symbol. But you don't know of any connection that she has to Al-Razim in any way or why that would be here, not as far as you know with your 16. But yeah, she's kind of like an airheaded, like middle-aged woman. Yeah.
I keep thinking that she looks like I can't remember the actress's name, damn it, but from Grand Budapest Hotel.
Oh, Tilda Swinton? Yeah. She would absolutely be played by Tilda Swinton. Yeah. I was also thinking of Tilda Swinton in Snowpiercer, right? Isn't that like horrible?
Oh, yeah.
All right, cool. I think that is a somewhat less dramatic place to stop the session for today.
Sorry.
Awesome. No, that's
I
fine.
didn't
You
realize
guys have the
session's
one.
over.
That's tough. You guys have the wand now, but it'll go back, and you have completed your mission to the satisfaction of Lady Evectra de Glossinae. Very nice. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in and watching episode 14, Be Our Pest. That was like a combat-heavy one. We don't normally get the sort of combat-based ones.
It was a lot of fun.
Because you guys are so weak. So if
big for them.
Yes, that's true. If you guys want to vote in the chat right now, which member of the Junior Adventurers League, including the Dungeon Master, you thought was deserves the merit patch this week, let us know, and then we can give them the merit patch that week. We have some thank yous to give out, which I have already sent to Catherine. This is our last batch of them for this month, actually, but we are still going to have a session next week. I don't think you're going to be able to make it. Is that right, Cody? You're going to be a little too busy? Do you want to tell the chat why you're going to be busy? Because it's kind of a big deal.
It is. If the chat wants to know, I'm officially going to be off the market.
We'll never say never, Cody.
Oh no!
That's true. This could fail terribly, but I'm getting married a week and a half from now.
Woo! Congrats to Theodûir.
Thank you. Yeah, it's been a whirlwind of a relationship, but we're gonna do it.
Yeah.
No, I meant to say like the wedding planning has been a whirlwind.
Sure.
But I couldn't be.
You know, we got a lot of problems, but we figured marriage would help.
Oh no!
That's so terrible. So terrible. In all seriousness, I really love her, and it's gonna be a great time. So thank you.
Yeah. So he will be gone next week. We're still planning on playing. We might have a guest. It's just going to depend on if we can book one or not. We would love to start bringing in some guests in season. Would that be 3? But we have a couple of lined up for September that are pretty cool. So we'll let you guys know when that happens. But next week will presumably be the season finale. I'm not sure if you guys won a patch this week, but you'll definitely at least get one next week. If you did get one this week, I have the next week's adventure is going to be a little different. I would normally run a poll, but I wanted to pick something very cool to round us out on this season. So when we do the thank yous, after you do the thank yous, I can tell you what the hook is. I think it's going to be.
Yes.
Awesome. So let's do the thank yous. You got them ready?
I shouldn't get married. Maybe I
do.
Maybe we should just do it in San Pedro.
Yeah, fair.
I do.
All right.
So
go for it.
do you want to start? And each of you guys can read 2, and you and I will read 1 each.
Cool. Sounds good. Yeah. Cool. And we're just doing these normal. We're being sincere this time around.
Yep.
Yeah.
A huge thank you to Ed Robinson.
Hey, Ed Robinson.
Thank you, Ed Robinson.
Ed Robinson was one of the fans that he posted an image. I was looking back at some of our old tweets, and he cosplayed as Alan at one of his sessions. He bought this shirt and got a gray sweatshirt. I'm like, that's so cool.
Amazing.
So he's a big
you,
fan.
Ed.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's pretty cool.
Thanks, Ed.
And then another huge thank you to you, Bethany McBurney.
Hey, Bethany.
Saying it right, McBurney.
Yeah. At Beezus, I believe, on Twitter. Very cool.
There you go. Thank you.
Awesome.
So I'm going to say thank you to Yvette Byman.
Thanks, Yvette. Really appreciate your support.
And the other thank you is for some insignificant person named Hallie.
Never heard of her.
Yeah, don't know her.
Thank you, Hallie.
But she is significant because she's helping us. Thank you, Hallie.
Yeah.
Thanks, Hallie. That's your only point of significance in my life.
Your
is that
only
you're a
point
patron.
of significance in any of our lives, namely...
Otherwise,
especially
understandable.
his. Yeah.
Yeah.
Barely know who you are.
You want to pass it to Theodûir?
What do you mean?
Oh, she's fine. She doesn't watch this, so.
Oh, okay.
She's not home right now.
No.
She's not sitting on the other side of your screen.
Right.
She's actually not. She's not here right now. Who knows where she is? Screwing around town, probably. Go ahead, Cody.
Alrighty. Okay. Thank you so much to Pavel Kovalenko.
Yeah, thanks, Pavel.
you.
Really appreciate it. That's a fan from Russia.
Kovalenko.
Thanks, bud.
And then another big thank you to Exploding Dice.
Hey, Exploding Dice. Hope you had a good time at Gen Con, man. Sweet.
Yeah.
I would like to, with my whole heart, say thank you to Ben Jackson.
Hey, Ben Jackson. Big Ben Jackson. Thanks for the patronage, bud.
Jackson.
Appreciate it. That's he's on Twitter. He's Big Ben Jackson. That's why I call him that.
Excellent.
One last thank you to a good, loyal fan of ours from the bottom of my fluid sack. Thank you, Cranston, so much for your donation and your patronage.
Yay.
Cranston, longtime fan.
Because that's
Thanks for following
deep,
us.
Heartfelt.
All right, so it looks like the chat is going to vote for Moss this week.
It was the Flaming
awesome.
Spear.
Flaming Spear, and a lot of character growth, I think,
Honestly,
too.
the
That's
character
true.
growth.
That
I
is
felt the
true.
most
Yeah.
proud of that. I was like, wow, that's deep shit.
We figured out his fear. We had the awesome scene with the soap. Like,
Yeah,
I think
I figured out
Moss
his
was
fear.
working hard this week. Definitely.
That was a big one, because, like, I was just like, he's so morally opposed to getting the soap near him, and I was like, that's his fear.
I like that it's like a moral thing. Like he's
Right?
Legitimately
morality.
afraid of soap.
All right, so we are back next week with the season finale of Junior Adventurers League. Sadly, without Theodûir, it sounds like, but we'll come up with some silly reason why he's not there.
His father found out what he did to her house. And he
It's
called
a
her
very
Gala.
Yeah,
arcana.
right.
It's an arcana heavy.
Heavy.
No, not again, Liam.
It might be, frankly. So the hook for this week, for those guys who voted, there was actually a tie in the poll on Patreon, and I just picked the one that seemed more interesting. So I did all the inanimate objects in the Queen's castle have animated and become hostile, of course. But next week, this is one that I believe Kate wrote for our Twitter, and it's, quote, "A story told to scare children has started to come to life," end quote. I'm looking forward to it. You can tune in next week to episode 15, Nightmare Scenario.
Yeah.
But until then, we remain the Junior Adventurers League, and our motto remains, ready? 1, 2, 3.
Party above
above all.